So good evening. We are back again, and we have got a hell of a lot to talk about tonight. Obviously, the game at the weekend, all the fallout from that. The manager coming out saying that a lot of our players are, and well, I'm paraphrasing, but kind of not fully fit. Who knew? And obviously, Inter Milan tomorrow, and then the biggest game of the season for me on the weekend against Manchester United. Because they looked unbelievable at the weekend. And obviously Aston Villa lost. It weren't a good evening for Unai after 11 straight home wins. Big up Moise. Cheers for that. And obviously Manchester City got put in the bin real quick. They were awful. So plenty to talk about, guys. We've got to talk about quite a lot of these players as well, because some of these players are absolutely disgusting. Shouldn't be wearing this badge, mate. For me, including the captain. He shouldn't play for us again. Absolute disgrace of a performance at the weekend. But anyway, we will get through all of that. We're minus DJB today. He's working. So big up to him. Get your money, brother. And all of the links are pinned. Statics, pinned comment is all of the links. So make sure you're following Jez is Arsenal. Make sure you're following Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta and Southern Guna Matty. And Jez, how are you, mate? How's your Monday gone?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Still smarting after the game against Forest. Shocking performance all round. But, yeah, just fed up with the weather now. This horrible, damp, cold, gets in your bones, and it's horrible. And, yeah, we need some sunshine now. So I might have to have a trip out to Lee's gaff. You know what I mean?
You want, mate. You're more than welcome.
Get a bit of sunshine on the old bones, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm looking forward to this show, mate. Looking forward to it.
Big up, mate. You're welcome anytime, mate. It was 23 degrees today. Pilsen t-shirt.
8 degrees here today. Lovely, beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. Good if you're a penguin. But anyway, big up, Matty. What you saying, mate? Happy Monday, man.
Happy Monday, happy MLK Day over here in the States. Hope everybody's doing well. I guess, man, I can say we skated by this past weekend, even though we should have picked up points this weekend. Fell our way, and we're just gonna have to start trying to figure out a way to get these 3 points, man, because we got to start putting some daylight between us and everybody else. Otherwise, we're gonna end up paying the price at some point. What a wild weekend of sports, depending on what, just across the board. We were talking about the AFCON before we went on, and then of course, didn't see Villa dropping points yesterday, but I'm glad they did. That gave us a little bit of a breathing space there. But this weekend is the game, and I've already started getting text messages from friends, especially after that win they had this weekend. And the usual suspects don't talk trash and not starting to talk trash again. So that tells me that they're going to be up for the game this weekend. And we got to get 3 points. That's all that matters at this stage. We got to get 3 points. So, but we're here, fellas, and always glad to be with you gentlemen on a Monday, a nice cold Monday. We had snow here in Georgia yesterday.
Oh,
wow.
Absolutely crazy. I woke up, I was like, the hell is going on here? And but it's all thought out. But it's just stated, man. This cold weather, man. It's brutal on the joints, man. My knees are killing me today.
So the old age is kicking in, man.
Yeah, it is kicking in, bro.
I hear it, mate. Yeah. As soon as you hit 40, man, it's a different story after that.
Yep.
But how are you, Kenny? Happy Monday, mate.
Yeah, I'm all good. I had a good time. The game with it was a long, weekend of football. Some of the games was absolutely terrible. Like there was so many draws. What we've learnt this weekend is that teams are making them so difficult to beat. It's not. I don't like this word low block. I just call it organised. 10 men behind the ball. Try and break as down as you can. But yeah, I second whatever you guys are going to say later. What you guys said earlier. A lot of players off form. I thought a lot of performances on Saturday were ordinary. Declan was ordinary. I thought, well, who knew, eh? I think the manager's now beginning to question Odegaard's performances. He may protect him and say that, it's down to the fact that he's not fully fit. But come on, those performances are not acceptable, really. Poor against Chelsea, even though he won, in spite of him, and he was poor against Forest. So those are questions. He's got situations with Saka out of form. Madueke not taking chances. And the ugly sister is Gyökeres. Were we seeing the norm on Saturday rather than the rarity we saw at Stamford Bridge? Let's discuss it.
Yeah, facts. I've just seen something that's quite funny, actually. No, we were talking backstage about the AFCON. This is quite funny before we get in the Arsenal chat. This was 7 hours ago. I've literally just seen it now. Breaking news, Confederation of African Football, CAF, has suspended the Senegal coach.
Oh, really?
I'm sure you don't give a shit. You won the trophy, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers for that. Also, make sure you follow Matty on Twitch as well. I've put the link in the chat right there. Matty, you're on 79 followers on that, yeah? So let's get Matty up to 100, yeah?
It, man.
Okay, man. I was pushing that all night last night, man.
You know, I hate. You know what? I had my phone because I was watching the Patriots yesterday, and so I was locked into the game, man. And then when I got off, I was like, I hadn't heard from Lee, and then you told me you was on. I was like, well, hell, I would have hopped on if I knew you was on. Like,
yeah, I did 6 hours straight on Twitch last night.
He was like, yeah, when you said you did 6 hours, I was like, damn, he was on for 6 hours. I would have hopped on if I knew that.
Yeah, I didn't even think of asking, to be honest. I was just like, mate, I went through everything. Yeah, big up to everyone who tuned in as well. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some more of them. I won't be doing them every night. Yeah, I can't be doing 4, 5, 6 hour streams on Twitch after doing what I'm doing on here. Can't be doing that every night. But yeah, we will be doing more. I will be. Matty will be doing it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out, man. Big up to Aaron. I'll mod you back up as well, brother. Anyone who's been unmodded, yeah, YouTube had a biblical stinker and just unmodded all of my mods on this channel for some reason. So most of them are back, but if you haven't got your little tick, yeah, then obviously I'll put them back on. But yeah, let's start with this game at the weekend. Obviously, we see Man United absolutely ruin City, Jez. Literally 3 goals disallowed, 2 goals scored. Man City were awful, and then we go into our game thinking, boy, let's go out there, puff our chest out, and say, right, we're going 9 points clear today. And all we did was walk around like we were fucking tranquilized. Yeah, the captain was an absolute disgrace.
Yeah,
that guy should never play for this club again for me, Jez. Yeah, some of them players were awful. For me, the only player I think that actually could say that he done all right was Saliba. I think the rest of them were dog shit. Yeah, including Gabriel. Yeah, Timber, worst game of the season. Yeah, Zubimendi. Well, that's an average performance when he gets pressed. Shock, who knew? Yeah, but I thought we were awful. Gyökeres, clean through. Looked like he was running in quicksand. Yeah, Saka again, done nothing apart from 1 header on goal. Yeah, Martinelli, awful. Hadji missed from 1 yard. Yeah, Madueke, awful. Every single one of them, Jez. Even the goalkeeper was pissing me off. Like, why are you running out of goal like an idiot? Yeah, and Saliba saved him on that. But what did you make of it, Jez? Because, like, I'll be honest, every time we've had an opportunity to really stick the knife in them, yeah, then we've decided not to. And again, against Liverpool the other week, we should be about 11, 12 points clear right now. It's so fucking annoying, man.
it is very annoying. Look, there were so many things wrong in that game. It was Nottingham Forest wanted it more than Arsenal, and I get it because they're fighting for survival. They're sitting in 17th, and they obviously want to stay in the Premier League. But hello, those guys would have seen that game before would have seen the United City game before in their hotel or on the bus, whatever, right? And you can't get up for that. You cannot suddenly say, come on, let's go. Let's do it. It was just like, what are you doing? There was no passion. There was no ambition. And it was just, even Arteta, I noticed, wasn't as, wasn't as motivated.
Animated.
That's the one. That's the word. Animated as he normally was. It was like a cloud had come down on Arsenal and just put them all to sleep. It was just shit show, man. I mean, Odegaard, same. Gets the ball, no quick one touch. It's sideways, pass to Saka. Gets the ball, sideways, passes to Saka. Can he not pass out to the left wing? I mean, this guy is an absolute scrub. He is shambolically crap. You can see why Real Madrid got rid of him. He's had the odd good game. I'm not going to deny that. And he occasionally will step up and score a great goal. But no. He's just not the levels to be a captain at this club. I brought this up before, and I'll throw this out to the rest of the boys on it as well. How many times have you seen an Arsenal captain get substituted like Odegaard? Is it he's just shit, or is it that the fact he can't command on the park, or is it he's not fit? I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. He gets substituted about 60 minutes. He'll get substituted. That to me is not a commanding presence on the park. Yeah, I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith with Gyökeres, but I haven't yet given up. I just don't think he gets enough service. It's almost like, the players have been told, don't pass to him. Don't pass to him. I don't know. It's just shambolic. But something we can discuss as we go on. As you know, I like to talk about these things. How the flipping hell was that not a penalty? How was that not a penalty? How can VAR say his arm was in a natural position when he clearly moved his arm up like that to guide the ball with his forearm? Come on, what is going on here? But I'll shut up and move on. I then see comments. I think it was on Shane's show. I think it was. Might have been game reaction show. A couple of people saying, "Oh, I don't want to win a game from a penalty." Really? Really? You don't want to win a game that's a tight-knit game, which could get you 3 points to put you 9 clear. You don't want to win by a penalty. So what do we do then? Take penalties out of the game now? Because if that was a bloody cup final, right? If that's the League Cup final, right, and it's 1-1, and you're in extra time, and you get a penalty, I'm sure you'll take that bloody penalty. What is wrong with these people, man? What brain cell are they using? I'm sure they all have the same brain cell. They all speak the same bloody narrative. It's pathetic, absolutely pathetic. And it's time this lot woke up, realised this manager is a scrub and he needs to go. And they can all go down the road with him. How can you I'll go on all night, man. How can you defend this manager? How can you possibly defend this manager? He couldn't get it right. I see, he made 4 substitutions. Yeah, brilliant. And at one point, we had 3 CDMs in midfield. That's a real attacking presence, isn't it? That's really going to get the bloody job done. No, I've had enough of it. Really pissed off of it. Really am. I'll shut up.
No, I hear it, Jez. I hear it. I smashed these likes up, guys, as well. Make sure you're smashing these likes. Big up to everyone who is. Make sure you're following the lads as well. Pin comment. Matty, we were watching the game. And I said to you after, I think, the fan cam, I said, did you notice for about, I think maybe it was even on the fan cam, I said, did you notice for about a third of that watching on me, you and Ola were just sat in silence?
Yeah.
We couldn't believe what we were watching. Like after seeing Man City lose, they know the result, whether they've watched it or not, they know the result. That would have filtered through to them if they didn't watch it. And to walk out there and stroll around like we were 5-0 up, even the Forest commentator, somebody said in my chat, said, it's almost like Arsenal think they're 2-0 up. Like, we're just 94th minute and we're just standing there putting our foot on the ball for 30 seconds. Then it's sideways, 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 backwards, backwards, sideways. Absolute crap, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, man. It's like I said in my fan cam, other teams have the eye of the tiger. We have the eye of the squirrel. That was just an absolute average performance across the board from everybody involved. Lee, it was embarrassing. I felt like it was a loss. I literally walked away from that game Saturday is feeling as if we lost the game. I mean, that's one of those ones that hurt you as a supporter because you want to see the team fight. That's one of those moments where you want to see the team give 100%. We're taking this title. We're taking it away. It's ours, and that's that. But what did we see? What did we see? We saw the same old. Manager has no idea how to go forward. Has no idea to be expansive. I'm gonna tell you something else I've picked up too. We're having problems away from the Emirates. When we go to these grounds like we did this weekend, we're having trouble because we don't have the comfort, the confines of home. And I've told you all, me and Kenny, we told you all in January when the year came in that we're gonna have to start going away on the road and we're gonna have to find results on the road. Well, after we get through with United, guess where we got to go after we get through with United? We're heading to Ellen Road. And if you had trouble over at Forest, you wait till you go over there and deal with Leeds. And I'm here to tell you all, it's going to get tougher and tougher and tougher as the season goes. And Lee, like I told you Saturday, what I'm starting to get concerned about is that we're dropping points that we're not going to be able to make up because we don't have enough time to do it anymore. The games are starting to dry up. And the more you drop points, it's harder to make them up unless somebody does the work for you. And I'm here to tell you, we're not going to have people on this thing about, oh, City's going to drop points. They're going to drop points too. And this, that. Yeah, all this is going to take is for somebody to put together 6 to 7 games straight. Whoever out of us three put together 6 to 7, 8 games straight, 3-3, that's going to be your champion. All it's going to take is just that. And we have yet to put together 5, 6, 7 games under this manager, and God knows how long. And that is going to be a major factor in what we do this year. I'm sitting there watching Odegaard this weekend. And, brother, I didn't think he could play worse than what he's already played. He played worse than that. He's played worse than that. He's gone worse than his worst. But we told you all. We said as soon as he gets healthy, he's going to be shoehorned back into this team. He's coming in on white lightning, and then before you know it, he's back on the field. And it's no coincidence we've stunk out the joint ever since he's gotten back. Eze comes on for a quick showcase, just to say hey to everybody. Jesus, y'all folks was talking about Jesus. Hail the King, Jesus, he's back. And what happened? What you see? Oh, now the talk this weekend is Havertz. Havertz is coming back. We saw that last week. What did he do when he came on? Fell on his behind. Typical. We're going right back down the same boulevard of the team we saw last season. And you know what, gentlemen? You know what's the most damning thing is that we watched this team under pressure last season. And what happened? What happened the year before that? What happened the year before that year? You know what's coming, y'all. It's inevitable. And this manager is not showing me anything that can show me that he can say, I can make adjustments, because this is the time of the year where managers have to make adjustments in order to get over the line. He's got a cup semifinal coming up here, the second leg of that. And anybody that watched that game this weekend, you should be really nervous about that cup semifinal, because that's going to be a Chelsea team that I can guarantee you is going to make some adjustment. And as Kenny and the guys always say, it's still Chelsea regardless of the fact. We know how they are in cup finals. We know their headache. We know that. Historically. This isn't just me talking. This is historically. Lee, I talked to you, and I told you, you pull up that chart with Chelsea, and we went through it. I said, Lee, the odds are we're not going to beat them 2 times straight, so we're going to probably end up dropping one of these games.
Yeah, last 10 games or so. Win.
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
win. Yeah. Then it was like draw, win, draw, win, draw, win.
Draw.
Yeah,
win.
so it's like the odd law of averages says they come to the fucking Emirates, and it could be a fucking win for them because they ain't got one. Yeah. But listen, if we don't make that final, sack him on the spot.
He needs to be sacked. If we don't make the final and win it. So I have to keep stressing that, not just make it and win it. We're 1 billion deep, 6 years into this now. He needs to be winning silverware this year, multiple pieces of silverware, because of the team that we've got. And he's going to have to find a way to do that. because everybody knows that the ownership is giving the expectation back in August. We've given them the expectation, and people are saying, "Oh, well, why y'all?" You got people coming out talking about, "Well, y'all are overreacting. We're 7 points ahead. Well, we lost it with 8 points ahead last time. So we lost with.
I think that's sorry to cut in. I think that's why we hope we win the league. Yeah, but either way, it's a fucking win-win for us, or for me anyway. Because if he don't win the league, he's getting sacked, mate. Yeah, and if he wins the league, that's all I've been fucking screaming and moaning about since I've had this channel. Win the fucking league. Yeah, he's had everything he's wanted. All the players he's wanted. He's had all the players out the club he's wanted. He's had constant pay rises. He's had all the PR in the world. He's got all the journalists up his ass. Balls. Yeah, he's had all the prop in the mainstream media. Everything about him. Yeah, he's on his last legs this season. Last legs, mate. Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, he reverts to type. Jesus is a fucking waste of space. Yeah, 265 grand a week. Bin his ass in this month. We've got 11, 12 days left.
Move him out.
Bin him. We did it with Aubameyang. Ripped up in Jan. See you later, brother. Yeah, well, let's do the same with Jesus then, because he's on less than he was. And we got more money now. Yeah, get rid. Yeah, sorry to cut over you, mate, but one more thing I want to bring up with you as well, before we move on to Kenny afterwards. Big up Shane. I was watching his Irish breakfast today. Yeah, Shane, you're fucking funny. That Simpsons clip at the beginning killed me, bro. That was funny. But somebody in his chat said that sensible signing, mate, Norgard, in 22 league games has played 31 fucking minutes.
He's on Raheem Sterling level.
They want to hope and pray that our midfield stay fit then, because otherwise that player's coming in fucking dry, bruv.
Yeah, he's on Raheem Sterling sentence. Somebody brought it up earlier. Let's do this right quick too. Let's talk about soccer. Because
I'll be 1 minute.
Yep, because he's scraping the bottom of the barrel. Then you hear the manager coming out talking about a niggle, an injury. Most of this team is injured. But it's like I say, I'm all for the Jokeris talk. But if we're going to talk about Jokeris, let's talk about everybody as a whole. The attack as a whole is anemic. Absolutely anemic. And we've got to figure out a way to find goals and find them fast because the season is winding up. Kenny, I'm going to turn it over to you. I got to take this phone call right here. I got a client calling here.
Well, first and foremost, guys, we've got to look at the situation is that you could talk about performances of the players, but nothing's changed from the last season. If we play teams that are physically strong, teams that are good in the ball, keep the ball, and are very organised, then we'll struggle. We could be playing now, and we wouldn't have scored. Not a Forest, on Saturday, Liverpool. Like I said, 9 days before that, we struggled because at the end of the day, all those teams, because they're physically strong, are going to run their nuts off. And at the moment, a lot of players are not fully fit, they're not playing well. That's our kryptonite. You can have as many set pieces as you want. You can cry for penalties as much as you like, but the fact is that we can't break these teams down. Teams are beginning to work us out, especially they know that we're not fully fit. We'll struggle. The Nottingham Forest game just said it all, man. Their defenders were better than defending better than ours. Midfield, they worked their nuts off. We just couldn't cope. Odegaard, say no more. Trust me, I don't want to be, like a conspiracy theorist, but it seems like he's preserving himself for his country because those performances against Liverpool, against Chelsea, and then now against Nottingham Forest, it's unacceptable. It's not good enough. You had no influence in the game. You like I said, no probing passes. You looked tired when you're pressing. When it got nasty and everyone rolled his sleeves up, you weren't missing. You didn't fancy it. Too many games this season when I thought wherever it gets physical, no, I don't want any of that. That's just not good enough. And then Martinelli, well, who knew? I've been saying this about Martinelli. By all means, play him in the team, but you have to play him from coming from the bench where he takes teams by surprise. He gets on that shoulder where against tired defences. You start from the game, he ain't got a clue what to do. He's too predictable. He can't beat his man. I thought Ola Aina must have probably just got a cigar and let it up. He thought, this is easy. This was absolutely easy. I thought Trossard, for the little time he came on, gave him more to think about than Martinelli. There was a time when they were both going toe to toe for the ball, and Olaina just gave him a head start and just got him. That's the Martinelli I've been complaining about. You'll see him. You'll probably see him tomorrow in San Siro against Internazionale. He'll get a goal, and people will say, "Oh, he's our top goal scorer. He's this and that." Well, he's only scored one goal in the league, but because he scores in the cups, especially Champions League, the whole narrative is that Martinelli's doing well. And then obviously we've got to talk about Bukayo Saka. Well, you know, I'm not one for statisticians, but 5 goals in this in a year, not good enough. I mean, how dare you guys look at me as if I had told you that President Kennedy's just come back to life when I say Saka's not world class. You actually think that I've said something as though it's sacrilege, as though you want to, stone me from blasphemy. World class means turn up when you're not playing well and still scoring, and when you're playing well, you've got to produce the stats. His stats are all there to stay. That's not world class. Yes, he's come back from injury, but that's not an excuse. You're not producing the goods. And then Odegaard. A lot of people say Bruno Fernandes is a scrub. Well, I just saw a status on Sky where since his debut in 2020, he's created 600 chances. Guess where Odegaard is? Odegaard's probably, I haven't looked at Odegaard's, but I'll tell you one thing. He's probably under 200 less chances created than Bruno Fernandes, but you guys call him a scrub. And then Gyökeres, whether we like it or not, he's not good enough. He's got no pace. You can say that he creating chances. Come on, mate. It's a breakaway. In Lisboa, he was scoring them against in Forest. He gave Marino a 10-yard start. Marino still caught up with him. We've got to come to the conclusion that what we saw at the bridge was a rarity. The actual norm is what we've been seeing all season. You know, people, his fans, his detractor can always say, what about other players? What about other players? But the fact is, he's the one who came with a fanfare. I remember calling you, Lee. You admit ordering you to get to your computer because we just signed Gyökeres. That's a massive signing. No, he's not one of the other players. He's the main man, whether you guys like it or not, whether you rate him because of what he did in Lisboa and his stats, do it if you must. But the fact is, if you come with main, like I said, profile, you have to deliver. It's not, his detractors' fault. He doesn't get sacked by the scruff and they go, come on, mate, pass me the bloody ball. That's what I'll be doing. Jimmy Fraff, I was at the bridge. I saw him going, come on, pass me the ball. What happened 3 days later in a bigger game? It's not the Forest. Silence. Passive behaviour. What's that? You're a big man because you make Ben White's near you. What? Who's Ben White? Another average performance. I mean, Ben White, he's good at crossing the ball, but you put him there with someone who's got quick feet and a bit of pace. Oh, he falls apart. It's like a jigsaw. A lot of players are off form. I mean, at the moment, thank God Liverpool have basically hit a wall. Thank God Man City call it a barn door and can't deal passing the ball slowly, because at the end of the day, we probably will win this league and we've got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But all these people on TikTok, especially an ex-goalkeeper who played for the AFTV team, who plays for the February 11, all I've got to say to you, shut your cake hole, mate. The reason why we talk about games we play at the weekend is that you have to analyse every game, the good, bad and ugly. And if you see poor performances, you call it out. We're not calling it out because we've got an agenda against our attacker. We're calling it out because this is what we do. To a lot of you guys, it's your job. It's my job to actually talk about the games. I'm not going to bullshit people who follow me on Instagram, 1,000 followers, and say that was a great game and it wasn't. Don't lose respect for me. Don't follow me. people who see me at the football won't even give me the time of day because they come and approach me and because they follow me, they want me to say it how it is. They want me to analyse every player. I haven't got anything personal. If I see a good performance, I'll praise it. If it's not good enough, I'll say it. And I'm saying it right now. Thank God, we're 7 points ahead, and we'll take it. But long term, if we don't improve, we'll get our arse bitten. May not happen in the league, but we are going for other competitions. People talking about the quadruple. There's going to be no quadruple if we play like that. No quadruple.
We need to be worried about the single.
Yeah. And this is the thing. Just coming back to Saka. Well said, Kenny. Yeah. Just coming back to Saka. Since he's come back from that injury, he's played 29 league games. That's nearly a whole season. He scored 5 goals in that time in the league.
Mm.
Yeah, world class, yeah. World class. That's 1 in 6 nearly.
If that was any other player, they'd be talking about selling.
It's funny because in less games, Jokeris has scored the same. Yeah, and most people won't want him here. But Saka's now just gone on to 300 grand a week. What? I sat there and watched Barcelona last night. Yeah, they lost. Yeah, he was still the best player on the fucking park, that Lamine Yamal. He was absolutely fucking class. Every single time I watch that kid play football, yeah, he runs rings around everyone, doubled and trebled up on. Mate, it's a shame I can't share it on here. I shared it last night on Twitch. Yeah, anyone that was in that Twitch stream, that dribble where he's got 5 players around him, he nutmegs one, yeah, drags the ball back, cuts through, skips past another one, yeah, goes past, yeah, they're all within 5 yards of him. He's done all 5 of them and then gets wiped out. I'm like, all we do, and people, I've had enough of this narrative, yeah, that everyone parks the bus. No, they don't, mate. Yeah, anyone that watched me on Twitch the last 2 nights, yeah, I have shown you clips from around other leagues in this fucking planet. You know, one touch cross. Yeah, first time cross. You don't need to touch the ball, mate. Just cross the ball. How many times last night did you see it, guys? I was there 6 fucking hours showing you. Yeah, the night before, 5 hours showing you. Yeah, I said this is a common theme in every single league. Touch cross, touch cross, touch cross. Yeah, first time cross, Travella crosses. Yeah, then I showed them the 1998-99 fucking goals from the Premier League. Best goals, mate, yeah? Right? Then showed them the 2004 best goals. Slappage, volleys, diving headers, first time crosses, left back scoring 30 yards like fucking Winterburn and players like this, going all the way back. Yeah, Steve Guppy had a better highlight reel in that season, in one of them seasons, than fucking Dennis Bergkamp. Yeah, he was playing a fucking left back for Leicester. Yeah, and the common theme on this, yeah, that's why I've brought it up. Right? The ball moves quicker. 1-2 touch football. 1-2 touch football. Yeah, you don't need to look at the ball. The amount of times we sit there, mate, and I'm so glad you joined Switch as well now, yeah, right, because we can actually sit there and do what we do backstage and show people. Yeah, because otherwise it's just us talking. They don't believe it because they don't watch it. But when you can actually put visuals on the screen, yeah, and I broke down the Man United game, yeah. Rodri's a fucking disgrace for that first goal. Yeah, Rodri's a disgrace. He can see the whole pitch, and he's seeing Cherky run towards him, yeah, and he's not even shouted, run back or take a tactical foul. He's the captain, Ballon d'Or winner. Yeah, these players, man, I swear, these players in this fucking league, yeah, are shit. Yeah, they're crap. Yeah, it so winds me up, mate. Yeah, I'll land on this, sorry. Yeah. It so winds me up, and I'll tell you why. Because when people sit there and say everyone parks the bus, no, they don't. We counted, Matty, 9 touches for Kyle Saka.
I was just going to say that. Yep, see, we're on the same way. I was just going to say Saka touched the ball 9 times before making an offensive move. 9 times.
Yep. By which time, everyone's set. When Saka... Matty, what was the other one? Saka gets the ball. Kenny, you see this at games all the time. Jez, you see it as well. Yeah, everyone in the chat sees it with Saka. Saka will get the ball. He'll start skipping up the pitch. Yeah, because he wants to do that little skip to make you think he's going to drag it and go and cross it. He ain't. You know he's coming back in. So he'll take that touch on his left, he'll skip up the pitch, then he'll drop back inside, by which time they've gone back 4 yards. Then he'll do it again, yeah, in the same phase of play. Then he'll come back inside again. Now they've gone back another 4 yards. He does it 2-3 times every fucking time we're on a counter-attack. By which time they're all set back in the fucking box, waiting for the little floated cross that they can just head out. Every single fucking time. It's a miracle we're top of the league. I can't lie, yeah? And I don't give a shit how many people sit there and say the league's crap. The league is crap. Yeah, this league has been shit for fucking about 10 years. And it's gradually getting worse. I don't give a shit about that if we win it. Yeah, I don't care. No Liverpool fan can sit in this chat and say to me, oh, yeah, well, we only won the league because everyone fell off. Nobody cares, bro. You won it. You won it. Now we have to go and win it. And I think we've got a good chance because the rest of them are crap. Yeah, we're the most consistent. That's why we're top. But at the same time, yeah, I was saying this on a stream last night, that if we had just done what we're supposed to do against Liverpool, yeah, Burnley have scored more goals in the league against them at Anfield the other day than we have in 2 games against them. We did not even try to score a goal against Liverpool, home or away. Yeah, Forest. I don't want to hear. I've seen people saying, "Oh, that was a tough game. That's a tough game. You know, it's Forest. It's got Sean Dyche as manager. Motherfuckers have lost literally nearly. In fact, I think they've won 1 of their last 10 home games before they played us. We should be going there after watching City get banged. Yeah, and going, right, we're going to go bing, 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 bing. Job done. 30 minutes gone, we're 3-0 up. Fuck you, we're winning the title. Yeah, 9 points clear. You ain't coming back from that, mate. We have to drop 4 games now. Do you know what I'm saying? No, you have to be consistently good. Man City have had a run, I think, of 6 league games, 6 wins in a row. That's the most they've had. Yeah, I think ours is 5. I'm pretty sure ours is 5. Maybe I'm wrong. No, ours is 8. I'm lying. Ours is 8. So we can do it. So why are we faffing around? Yeah, because if you get this league wrapped up now, which it should be, let's be real. Yeah, if we had Hansi Flick, yeah, or exactly, Wrexham put 3 past Forest. Yeah, if we had Hansi Flick or Luis Enrique as our manager this season, this league would be done already. Yeah, and it's still not done. It's 7 points. They've come back before. Yes, it's a different Arsenal. We're better now in terms of that season. Although the football ain't better, the players ain't playing better. We're just better in terms of the consistent level. Yeah. Last season, at this stage of a season, Liverpool had 51 points. 51. Yeah, we're on what? 44. Is it 44 we're on or 48? Yeah, Liverpool had 51 points and they were dog walking the league. We're currently on loads. We're on 50. They're 1 point better off at this stage of the season than we are. Yeah, from last season. Yeah. That shows how bad we were last season. Yeah, but it also shows how consistently better we are this season. The performances are dead. I don't care about that. Yeah, we've all seen George Graham fucking scam 1-0 wins left, right, and centre. Yeah, half of them goals would have been offside if VAR had got stuck involved.
Yeah.
When they're putting their hands up, the back 4, they'd let that carry on. Yeah, and half of them goals get chalked out after be given. But it didn't get to that because there was no VAR. I don't give a shit about being bored. Win the fucking league. Yeah, but we've seen time and time again with this guy and with some of these players, when the chips are fucking down, they fold. Yeah, and we see that at the weekend. You have an opportunity to go out there and absolutely nail your flag to the mast and say, you are not catching us. And what the fuck was that? That was our worst performance of the season. We did the same against Liverpool, parking the bus at home in the second half. Everyone's fucked them over this season. Literally everybody has scored against them pretty much this season. We ain't scored in 2 games. Why? Because he's petrified of getting a counter-attack and losing 1-0. Yeah?
Well, you know what's coming.
This is why. Sorry, mate, and I'll shut up and let you land. This is why when we played Chelsea the other night, yeah, I was happy we carried on attacking. Yeah, we conceded the second goal, whatever. Yeah, but we were trying to get a 4th, trying to get a 5th, we were trying to go for the goals. Yeah, because they were there for the taking. Why didn't he do that against fucking Forest and Liverpool? Why didn't he do that in the league game against Chelsea at 10 men? If we get 6 points more, this league's done. We should have had 3 wins out of them games. Yeah, forget the Liverpool game at Anfield. Forget that. Forget Man City. They're the only, Liverpool and Man City are the only teams we've not won at home against this season. Yeah, so I'm confident we're beating Chelsea. Yeah, not so confident now about Man United at the weekend, but we'll get to that in a bit. But at the same time, we should be beating Chelsea. We should be beating fucking Liverpool at home. Yeah, or fucking Nottingham Forest away. Not being funny, this league should be done. We should be sitting here right now with another 6 points going, right, well, we've packed that up. All we've got to do is be consistent. Like, don't fuck around. Just match everyone else's results. We dog walked it. Now you can go and put all your eggs in the Champions League basket because the league's done by the end of Jan. Instead, and every single game, mate, I say it on the watch-alongs, Jez, I say it on the fan cams and shows like this. Every single game, yeah, is in the fucking balance with us. Why? Why can't we just go out there and blitz the team? And when we do, we're sitting there against Bayern Munich. Fucking, this is easy, isn't it? Yeah, Tottenham, cheers. Atleti, cheers. So we know we can do it. And when these top gooners are sitting out here making out that we're the greatest of all time, well, cool. We're holding you to that standard then.
Yeah.
We should be beating Forest, mate. Yeah, and I know you can't win every game, but we could be beating Forest. Could be beating 10-man Chelsea. And we should be beating Liverpool, who have been awful all season. Yeah, them three alone. Forget Sunderland. Forget Man City. Liverpool at Anfield. Forget that. Because Sunderland's home form at that point was good. They're a physical team. Forest ain't. Fucking awful. The 17th for a reason. It's so annoying, man. Yeah. I would love nothing more than him to go and win the fucking lot this season. Yeah. And say, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I've won a quad. We ain't winning no quad. We ain't winning a quad. Hopefully we win the league and hopefully we win one of them cups. Yeah, we ain't winning Champions League. We ain't winning that Champions League. Yeah, I think we have a chance. But again, when the pressure really kicks in with this fucking club, players go into hiding. Martin Odegaard at one point in that game, lads, I was hiding behind the fucking referee. Yeah, do you remember I was saying on Watch On, mate? Yeah, I said, watch this captain for 3 minutes straight and you'll realise he's shit. Yeah, and he was skipping around in a circle for about 30 seconds, then went and hid right behind the fucking ref, and then asked for the ball.
You remember we was watching it, and then we saw him at the box, at the top of the box there. We see
the corner.
Yeah, look at his days right there. He's over there.
Yeah, they're on an attack. He's just skipping around. And I think it was Madwake was back in right back position, helping out Ben White. All he had to do was go into the box and plug a gap. Yeah, instead, out of the corner of our eye, we just fucking see him on the corner of the box, just standing there.
If you want to hear about how crazy that game was this past weekend, Lee, we were watching the game, and what did I say to you and Ola? I said, "Look, there's the striker right there. Where is he at? He's at left back. He's back there at left back.
Left back, yes.
The striker is at left back in a professional football game. That's something you see on Sunday afternoon. You know, with 5v5. That's what you're doing on Sunday afternoon. The striker is all the way back at the back. You got Ben White telling Matt Wakey, cross the ball, man, cross the ball.
Yeah,
you know, you got Declan out of the game.
Matty, I mean, I've always been fascinated about this one, right? Arteta was once an Arsenal captain, yeah. So, as an ex-Arsenal captain, he knows what needs to come from a captain. So surely, when he came out with this bullshit at the start of the season, the players voted, supposedly, for Odegaard to be the captain. Surely, as the manager, ex-Arsenal captain, you'd think, well, actually, I don't think you're captain material. No. And this is what I find crazy. All of us four, right, and others and other channels, right, have said the same thing. So it's not just us being biased here. Yeah, I agree with that, Bav. I don't think there was a vote, mate. I think it's actually bullshit, and I hear you. But the thing is, if we can see it, interesting the point of what Declan Rice said right at the end of that game. Now, was he talking about Odegaard? Was he talking about the manager? Or was he talking about just in general the game? Personally, if you want my honest opinion, I reckon he's talking about the captain. Same shit.
What Rice you mean?
Yeah, Declan Rice.
I think he was talking about the collective.
Yeah, I think
including himself.
Yeah.
Because he was fucking dog shit as well. Every pass he played was sideways.
Yeah, I hear you. But I think that's just pure frustration. I think he is very frustrated right now with the direction of what's happening.
He's been there before, though, hasn't he, Jez? You think about it. He's been at the club 3 years, and he's seen us in advantageous positions just fall off a cliff. You know, he wasn't here for 22-23, but he would have witnessed it from afar. But he would have thought, you know what, we're really excited to play for the club. Second season, he would have seen, right, we've got ourselves in a position where we can win this league after having a sort of like a not so clever Christmas period. And then he would have seen Aston Villa and went, oh, no, not again. The thing that I was saying about this club, about them capitulating under pressure, bloody hell, it's true, isn't it? And then he's seen last season, which was basically a no-show. Probably he was one of the fewer bright lights without any prejudice. And then this season, where we're so close, we really have got an advantageous position. Theoretically, we could have been, if we won those games, albeit not easily, would be 11 points ahead. Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. And these are just footballing facts. So he of course, I think the players just as like sceptical as us. You see a lot. I was coming back from the bridge, and a lot of players, a lot of fans were saying, when I was saying maybe through maybe a bit of mirth, saying, yeah, we're going to be in the final, and I was being funnily cocky. A lot of them, just their faces, just the expressions changed. They said, no, don't count your chickens. We're not too sure, mate. We've been here before. Every Arsenal fan, positive and non-positive, every Arsenal fan, regardless of whether you've got a profile or you're not, and all these guys I spoke to come back from the Chelsea game, they got no interest in social media, got no profiles, didn't know. We just talked football, just men having a game. We all feel it. We all think, you know what, if we keep on effing up like this, it's going to end in tears because we've been here before. And that's the situation with why Declan's doing it. Declan's just, he's self-critical without a shadow of doubt. But the thing about the captaincy, we just have to get used to it, really, because the thing we got in football these days is that the captain, you think about, you look at Arsenal's captain and you think, yeah, why not him? But look at the vice captains we've got, with the exception of, Gabriel, Saka. Is he a leader of men? No, but he's the face of the football club, so he's got some leadership, responsibilities, and that's the problem we have in modern football. I'm not slagging off our cousins from abroad, and because most of our owners are from overseas. Most of our best coaches are overseas. I'm sorry, but they're not like the British who place a big stock in the captaincy. They couldn't care less as long as they'll give it to the best looking player, or the best player with the stats, or the guy who's the face of the club. They don't care. We care. We don't care. But it's times like this where you've got to roll your sleeves up. You need a Gabby Magalhaes. You need a Declan Rice. But the way this club is, maybe foreign managers are scared that if you get a British type captain, you'll get a Roy Keane who'll try to run the show, and then you're having to boot him out of the club. Maybe that's why the captaincy is less relevant, and you do get captains like Martin. You're not going to see Martin tell Mikel, just shut the F up, mate. You know what we're doing, mate. I know how to press. I know how to bloody pass the ball. I've been playing football all my life. You won't see him happening, but a British style captain would go up to me because
not even the captain. I've seen Haaland tell Pep to fuck off before. I've seen
but you know what I mean.
Told by Haaland
can you imagine a British style captain? Tony Adams go, Mikel, can you just do yourself a favour and keep that shut? That's what we have with our foreign captains. They do as they're told. They obey their manager. Then they're not the confrontational, and I think that's why you have Martin Odegaard's captain. Now, I don't know Martin. He could be a confrontational character. He could be a cocky so and so. But on the pitch, I don't see that.
I don't think he is. I think he's like a quiet, reserved type of person. Do you know what I mean? He comes across like that. He don't like confrontation. Like every when Declan Rice and Van Dijk were having it the other week, he walked off. And it's like, as fans, we want to see everyone get stuck in and fucking have a go. Like, fuck off. This is our ground. We do what we want. Like, it's what it is, isn't it?
Jez was saying about Arteta when he was the captain. I didn't even look at Arteta as the captain when he was the captain when he played for us. I looked at Per Mertesacker was the captain for the Alkmaar.
No, I agree with you, man.
Yeah, Mertesacker was the captain for the Alkmaar. Arteta was just wasted space.
That was actually the point I was trying to get to. I just never finished what I was going to say. But I totally agree with you. He was a shit awful player at Arsenal, and he was a shit awful captain. How the hell Wenger made him captain? Oh, dear God, who knows? That was my point, Matty. Right? He doesn't know what a captain should be, and he played alongside some of the greatest captains or watched some of the greatest captains at Arsenal, and he still endorses this clown Odegaard or Odegaard, whatever you want to call him. That he no, I can't have it, mate.
Rice should be our captain or Gabriel. We've been saying this for ages.
Yeah, it's plain as day. It's plain as day. I mean, Tony came out and said at the beginning of the season. It's plain as day. It's obvious. You can see it. Lee, how many times this season have me and you watched we're coming back from halftime and they're in the tunnel. And Declan's doing this number here. He's doing this. Hey, this is what we're doing. Da 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 da. You know, and then you look over at Odegaard. He's not tying his shoe.
Yeah, just staring out into the tunnel, just looking around.
Yeah, he's trying to see what the kid is over there eating the sandwich. He's eating, you know, what he's drinking on. Does he have a pop? You know, he's in there looking in the corner. You know, and then the other night, the Liverpool game, the flare up, everybody else is running over there. What is he doing? The captain. What is he doing? He's standing there. Go stand over here.
Can I ask you this thing, guys? Right? Sorry, Matty. I just want to ask you this. Would you agree or disagree with me on this one? I have always thought the best captains you'll have are in defence because they're looking up the pitch all the time.
They see everything. Yep.
You see everything that's going on. I know Vieira was a fantastic captain, midfielder. I get that. Tony Adams was a legend as a captain. Right? You think some of the great captains we've had in defence at Arsenal, it's because they're looking up the pitch. They can see exactly what's happening. They're watching the whole span of the game. They're not looking sideways behind them or.
And not only that, back then as well.
They're even keel. They're even keel. Most defensive players tend to be, you know, good judgment. I've never been a big fan of offensive players being captains because it's too emotional. If they don't score, they get emotional. They, you know, they feel like I gotta take all this on, you know, and they start overcompensating. Whereas a defender, like as you stated, can see up the pitch. They can go to the referee. You know, hey, this is what the problem is, and then they have there's a sense of authority with very good defensive players in their position. You look over there, like you look at the brother over at Forest, Murillo. You see how they gravitate towards him. You know, you look over at Magalhaes. You look at most of the teams. Was it Tarkovsky yesterday over at Everton? You know, you see how they gravitate to these players, and then you go look over there. You see a player like Odegaard walking around with the badge. That's the first thing Sean Dice did this week. When they came into the room on Monday, the first thing he did was cut on the tape of Odegaard and said, "This is what y'all got to deal with this weekend. There's no reason we shouldn't get something off Arsenal."
As soon as Anderson climbed him, he didn't want it after that. He disappeared after it.
Wait to Casemiro. Lee, wait to Casemiro get a dose of it. Wait to Casemiro deal with him on Sunday.
And this is the thing as well, yeah. Back then, Jez, you made a great point about centre backs being captains. Yeah, back then, centre backs barely had a touch; they were defending. Yeah, now the game's so lopsided. Defenders are attacking, and attackers are defending.
Yeah.
So now, like, I think the game at the weekend. I think not Edison. Who was it, man? What goalkeeper was it? He had fucking 50 touches of the ball. I think it was it was Man City. What's his name? Donnarumma. I'm pretty sure it was Donnarumma. He had 50 touches of the ball. Why? The fucking goalkeeper. Yeah. Why are you touching the ball more times than your fucking striker and your wingers? Make that make sense. Like, it's pathetic. The way the game's gone, it's all upside down now. Yeah. It's like the defenders are up front. Yeah. The other week, what game was it we watched the other week? Yeah. I think it was it the Liverpool game? I can't remember. And Zubimendi put a ball forward, fucking hell, first time all season, by the way, an over the top ball. Yeah. And we thought it was Jesus that knocked it around, chested it down, knocked it around the corner to Madueke.
Oh, yeah, that was
it was fucking Timber.
Yeah.
What's Timber in the box for?
Yeah, it was Timber because Timber was up there with Jokeris and
what was Timber doing in the penalty box when Zubimendi's in midfield in our half, lobbing a ball up there?
Yeah.
It's all about. Yeah, we'll get the Sunderland game. Yeah, we had Marino and Saka in the box in the Sunderland away game. Then we had Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber in the box. Where the fuck is Declan? Yeah, where's our captain? Marino was in the box, Saka was in the box, then three defenders out of the four. What are we doing? Football is simple. Matty, we sit and break it down all the time. I broke it down for 11 fucking hours in the last 2 nights on Twitch, showing people this is how you play football. Yeah, yes, we're top, fantastic. We've been here before. Yeah, I've seen top gooners all weekend saying exactly what we've been saying all season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Also, I did a stream on it. I went through all of their clips from what they're saying. They're saying exactly what we've said all season. Well, we need to rotate a little bit more. You know, it's another disappointing performance. When are we going to have a full 90 where we play well? Blah, blah. But then when we were saying it, negative. Now it's fashionable. Yeah. Oh, you're allowed to say it. Cool. Yeah. By the way, all the people that have been calling out Odegaard over the last, this season, make your apologies as loud as you're disrespecting my fucking chat, because I told you for years that guy's shit. Yeah. Now you've all woken up to it. Yeah. Always too late to the party. Same people told me Zinchenko was a great player. Yeah. Good one, mate. I told you it was crap. Fabio Vieira. Oh, he's our Bernardo Silva. Really? He's our Bernardo. I told you on this first fucking game, send him back to Porto is crap. Oh, you're negative. Yeah, you're negative. Yeah, Madueke, 22 games this season in the Prem. I think he's played, or in fact, I'll double check that. He hasn't scored a fucking league goal. They paid 50 M's for this guy. Oh, but he can get past a winger, a defender. It looks better than what Saka's doing. How comes nobody's calling these players out? Why? Well, because we're top. Just be happy we're top. That's all I keep hearing. Just be happy we're top. You were saying that for nearly 300 fucking days a few years back. Yeah, we look better in terms of consistency. Yeah. But we were blitzing teams in that season. And then this manager went back to type. As soon as Trossard had a mad run, got player of the month, Jesus came back straight into that team off a knee surgery. Yeah, and we fell apart. And Trossard barely touched pitch again. Yeah. Now they wanted Trossard out the club in the summer. Now, we've got to keep Trossard. Yeah. Oh, really? Well, I did tell you, hello, he's our most technically gifted footballer. I've been telling you for years.
They call it on Pee Wee now. Now they want Pee Wee.
Yeah, baby reindeer.
Yeah,
baby reindeer. Oh, 29's back. Get out of here, man. Like he's going to fucking do anything. Yeah. When I was watching some of these highlights of like older games, like back in the day, yeah, and they're going, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's just scored his 16th of the season. Yeah, and Tor Andre Flo off the bench scores in 2 minutes. Yeah, and then it's going, Thierry Henry just bags his 30th of the season. Yeah, and this is why I get the ump. Because a lot of people haven't seen that era and they don't even bother to go and watch it. Yeah, and that's why I'm so gassed that I was doing this the last 2 nights. And I will be doing it more on Switch. Make sure you check that out. Because you can actually break down how football is played on Switch. You can't do that on here. Yeah, you can't do that on there. You get done for copyright and fucking everything on here. Yeah, especially Bundesliga. They're the worst. You use 2 seconds of their clip, it's done. You're copyrighted. Yeah, it's jarring. Yeah, but every single time we watch football, yeah, we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, 2, 3. When we play quick 1-2 touch football, we can blitz anybody. Yeah, and that is what frustrates me because I know we're a good team. Yeah, I know we're a good team. This fan base have hyped it up like he's the greatest fucking manager ever. So now, be that greatest fucking manager ever, then, please.
I saw you when you were showing on Saturday when you were showing the Bayern Munich game, and people see what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, we get this lot again. Y'all think it's a playtime until y'all see this team now. And then they got what's his name back? Musiala back. They passing the ball on the floor. I told you,
touch football. Boom, boom, boom. Elise slapping it. We should have bought him for 45 M's.
I have
said we bought Madueke for more.
I have said it all year, and you saw it this past weekend. Teams that play with the ball on the floor pose a massive threat to this team. Massive, because we have trouble. It's the same. You know what? It's the same thing that happened to City. City has trouble with teams that play with the ball on the floor. They have major problems with it. And then when we end up, it's the same because you're two of the same. Pep and Arteta, two of the same. They play the same style. And then as soon as they run to a team that can do that, that's when they're in trouble. This is why it's so chaotic the last 15 minutes of the game. We spend the entire game passing and circling it around and passing and hoping we get a set piece. And then when that does not work, and it's down to about 75 minutes, 78, 77, 79, that's when, let's go forward. Let's go forward. Let's try to get something.
Let's throw Raya up for a corner in stoppage time.
Yeah, you spent the entire game doing nothing. Whereas league, like you were saying, you watch another league and you see out of the gate they're there to play to win. Me and you,
mate, that Barcelona Sociedad game yesterday, yeah, inside 25 fucking seconds. It was at Sociedad. Yeah, in 25 seconds, Sociedad scored. They scored after 25 seconds. It was offside. Yeah, 2 minutes later. Yeah, 2 minutes fucking later, yeah, Barcelona scored. Yeah, and it was offside. In the first 30 minutes of that game, there was 4 disallowed goals.
Well, it was a game we watched the other night. Me, you, and JB and Norm, and the highlights. We said, man, this is the first 10 minutes of the game, and it was like 2.
That was Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
it was the Leipzig Bayern Munich.
It was Bayern. Yeah, Red Bull game. It was like
was it that game? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't.
It might have been league.
Might have been Marseille.
Might have been Hype Motion, and we said this is the first 10 minutes of this game. 2-2. They're going at it.
And this is what winds me up, because people say, they parked the bus. Why is nobody parking the bus against Barcelona then? Oh, because they got a high line. Okay, mate. Why aren't they parking the bus against PSG then? Because they ain't got a fucking high line.
Yeah, you had Paris.
Why aren't they parking the bus against? Yeah, why does nobody park the bus? Yeah, all these other teams play football. Yeah, yes, the league might be a different league. Yes, the players might not be as good. Yeah, whether you like these players, whether you watch the league, whatever, nobody cares. Yeah, the fact is, you still got to win the game. You still got to win trophies. Yeah, so guess what? Sociedad know, they ain't gonna win the fucking league. They know that before it starts. Yeah, but guess what? They're still gonna go out and play football and try and qualify for Europe. Yeah, how many times we've seen Sociedad in Europe in the last 20 years? How many times we've seen Betis and Villarreal? Yeah, how many times you've seen all these teams in Europe? Yeah, Bilbao. Yeah, Villarreal. Yeah, they might not be great. However, they're having a go to win the game. Yeah, and all we do, you're right, slow, in the hope that we just outrun them or outpass them. Yeah, and because we've got a better bench than most teams, if not all of them, yeah, then we can make 4 or 5 changes, yeah, that are better quality than their 4 or 5 changes. And that's where we ultimately win the games, near the death. Yeah, or a set piece. Somebody put in my chat earlier, they've just seen a stat. Where did you see that stat, by the way, if you're still watching, brother? That every time we've dropped points this season, we haven't scored a set piece in that game. Is that true? Where did you see that? Because that wouldn't surprise me one fucking bit.
If you stay sounding deep, you think about it. You go to Sunderland. You go to the game this weekend. 10 minutes. Did we score one?
Man City. Man City. We didn't score a set piece. Martinelli equalised.
Liverpool.
Yeah, home and away. Yeah.
What about
Chelsea?
10-man Chelsea.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me one fucking bit. Who scored in that Chelsea game? Kenny, you were there. Who scored in that Chelsea game? I can't remember. You're on mute, mate.
Garnacho, he got both the goals.
No, for us. No, against Chelsea. 1-1 at the bridge. 10-man Chelsea.
1-1 at the bench. That was Marino.
So that wasn't a set piece then.
No, you're right. It weren't.
So that sounded about right.
It was a Saka assist. Yeah,
you're right. Marino header, yeah.
Yeah, because
that sounds about right then. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. You know, when we have used our set pieces, that has either given us an impetus to sort of go on like Aston Villa and just take the game away from them, or it's actually got us a last-minute win because we've dug in and we haven't playing that well, which we tried against Liverpool. Set pieces is, don't get me wrong, it's part of football. You've got to enjoy it because a goal's a goal, but can't rely on them because at the end of the day, teams like Everton and obviously Nottingham Forest, basically any teams managed by David Moyes and Sean Dyche are going to spend all week working on how to stop Arsenal at set pieces, which not
1-7 against Dyche. This manager's got.
Yeah, 1-7.
Yeah, Villa
away. He's wrong manager.
We drop points.
Yeah, but the thing with Dyche though, if you are struggling for form, you're struggling for goals. He's the last. He's and David Moyes' teams are the last teams you want to play. You can't break a team. Yeah.
Mm. And let's not forget, from January to March last year, we didn't score a single set piece.
Well, see, that's why I kept talking about this year.
And we had Gabby and Saliba both playing, by the way.
This is what I keep preaching about. This is when you start scoring from set pieces and corners. That's complementary football. That's complementary. That's supposed to complement you actually, scoring from open play. That's just icing on the cake. If you can do that, that's cool. But you don't rely on that. You're not going into the game. Oh, if we get a set piece, then we're good to go. That's what we've become. Everybody's looking for the set piece to come. And when the set piece doesn't come, then we look at Victor. Then when it don't come from Victor, we go to soccer. Then when it don't come from soccer, we go to Jesus. Then we go to Trossard. Everybody start looking around. Where the goals coming from? Where the goals coming from? You know, that should have been the objective over the summer. All that should have been sorted out over the summer. But then we came into the year, first 4 or 5 games, we said it was like, hey man, this set piece thing is, you know, and then now all of a sudden it's starting to dry up. It's starting to dry up again. If newsflash, how did we beat United the second or third game of the year? We beat them on
first game of the season.
First game of the season.
What was set piece?
Calafiore bought the corner kick.
Yeah, set piece.
1-0.
The thing is, set pieces, I'm cool with set pieces. I ain't got an issue with it. Everyone else needs to figure out how to stop us. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, like, come on, man, what we're fucking doing here? I think we scored 24 set pieces this season. Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, I'm cool with it. All these people that want to moan about it, that's fine. I'm cool with it, yeah. But that, like you said, that should be complementary to what we're doing anyway. Yeah, we should be going with the amount of money we've spent with the best squad in the league, and I think it is the best squad in the league. Yeah, look at some of the players on Man City's bench, bro.
On paper, it is, Lee.
Yeah.
On paper, it is, Lee. But your performances have to show that. Another thing as well, the manager's got options, but just because he's got options doesn't mean he trusts certain players. You know, there still is a hierarchy. You see, he's saying a lot of the players are not fully fit. Yeah, but he's playing them because he feels he needs to. You know, I'm not convinced that he trusts Eze. We know what's happening with Wanyeri, who played a lot of games last season. All of a sudden, there's few players in front of him. So if Odegaard goes off injured, the deputies to Odegaard now are Marino. Then it's Eze, and then maybe Ranieri.
Norgard's played 31 minutes all season in the league.
Yeah.
31 minutes.
See, that's the thing. It just shows you the pressure he's under. He has to win something this season, and he feels that the only players that obeys his instructions are the players that we flog, the defenders, Timber, the midfield. Zubimendi's going to play every game. The only way Zubimendi gets dropped is if he has the flu. If he doesn't have the flu, he's playing every game. Odegaard, Umi and Arin, when the pressure's getting on, he's thinking, hang on here, this guy's a little bit liability. So he's going to go to his other pet, which is Marino. So it's one of those things where we're going to crawl towards the title. We probably are going to win it, but it'll be a crawl. And you think about it and you think, let's just say, if we win the title, don't bother comparing these to our great Arsenal's title winning sides.
No comparison. I don't even bring it up.
Listen, let me grab these super chats real quick because they're stacking up. Now come back to Jezza. We'll talk about the Milan game tomorrow. Big up Sport Genius, bro. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Dream big. This is what Top Gooners have been doing for years, mate. We're still waiting, but bless up, man. Martin Luther King Day in America. Big up, man. Bless up to you, bro. Big up to Connor Fitzmaurice. Sorry, these have been there for ages, by the way. Apologies, guys. 45 minutes in the side. YouTube's elite group of streamers, bar none. Big up to you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Bless. Big up to Unique as well. Panel, for some reason, we always make things difficult for ourselves. We nearly bottled in 89. We drew and lost stupid games under Wenger, which cost us titles, and it's continuing today. Why is that? It's true, though, isn't it?
It's true.
Different sets of players, different managers, different hierarchy. I don't know. That's a good question.
It's the Arsenal way, mate. Been doing it all the time I've watched them. All from 1967 we've done this.
Do you think the players believe the hype? And it's like, is that like, obviously a lot of these players in this era believe the hype. Yeah, look at the state of some of the celebrations when we equalise. Yeah, and it's funny because when I was sharing all these clips from back in the day before social media last night, I was showing nobody was fucking celebrating. When I was showing them the Italian league and like all of this and like the Premier League, La Liga, nobody's celebrating. It was just like, oh yeah, that's what I do in training, mate. Weren't shameless celebrations. It was just running back to the halfway line. Who was it? Batistuta scored a goal, gets the ball out the back of the net, runs straight back up, puts strong sensor. Cool, let's go and get second.
Do you know, can I just, before you do your rest of your super chats, can I just throw this in there? My theory on that about Arsenal is it's sort of maybe not so much recognised today, but certainly back in my early days and through the 80s, 90s, it was almost like it was the polite Arsenal. We can't be too, what's the term? Enforcive is not a word, but you know what I mean. We can't be too out there,
arrogant and cocky.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the one. Well done. It's almost like we want to be too polite, but win it like we are classy Arsenal. Well, forget the classy Arsenal. That's gone years ago. That disappeared many years ago. But it's like we don't want to upset anyone. We want to win, but we don't want to be too aggressive. That's my theory, anyway.
No, you got a good point, mate. You got a good point. Big ups to everyone locked in. I will be going live for the Elche game against Sevilla. Elche plays sick football. I'm just looking now, yeah. There's not been a single 0-0 in La Liga this weekend. Yeah, and then that dross was served up on Super Sunday. Yeah, good one. Yeah, we get to watch proper football again tonight. Big up to you, Unique Man. Big up to Chike as well. No one is going to put 7 games in a row together in this league because the league is straight up ass. Also, Matty, thoughts on Sean McDermott getting fired from the Bills and the BS call against the Broncos? Indiana going 16-0. Why didn't they trust the process, Matt?
Bro, that McDermott one came out of nowhere today. That threw me for a loop. They fired. He got him to the playoffs. I think it's 9 years straight here. 9 years straight. And then
And then statue, yeah, legend. Look what he's done for the club.
He sacked him today. He got the sack. That call against the Broncos was BS. And Indiana going 16-0. I believe they will, my friend. I think they're going to take Miami to the last tonight, boy. I think it's
Did the Patriots win? Because somebody updated the score.
Hey, brother Guns. Of course
somebody said that they were wobbling at one point in my chat, innit?
Yeah, bro, it was looking a little shaky. But we pulled through yesterday, man. So we playing the Broncos. I think we playing the Broncos.
So you're 1 win away from the Super Bowl, then.
Yeah, we got a tough game next week, so we'll see how we do.
Okay,
but they've surpassed my expectations this year because I did not expect them to.
So it's almost like you can get the job done. How long has the coach had the job?
Oh, only 1 year. We sacked the manager last year. Fired him on the last day. We fired him on the last day. Brought the new fella in here.
And if he wins the next game, he's at the Super Bowl. Yeah,
he's at the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Who would they get there?
Say it again.
Who would you play if you get there?
Either Seattle or the Rams.
Well, it's the Conquist team could make it as well. Whee.
Hey, we beat the Rams every time we met them in the Super Bowl. So,
okay. Big up, man. Big up, Chike. Houston have a problem. We have a problem. Matty gets the reference.
Yeah, we do. yeah. He's talking about the Houston Texans.
As a Forest fan, I'm happy with a point, but Arteta low. Big up Noah. Big up Noah Bell, bruv. Bless up. Listen, there's quite a lot of Forest fans watch this channel. Maybe this will speak sense. I don't know. But yeah, bless up, bro. And big up to Dylan. On the Bruno Fernandes topic, drop Bruno into the Arsenal team, you'd probably win the league. Bro, I said this last night, yeah. As much as I don't rate Bruno Fernandes, if you go and have a look, yeah, at both of their goals at the weekend, yeah, elite level football. And the second goal, is it the second goal? Yeah, the second goal they scored, I think it was.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one, he was quality, but Mbeumo did, and then Bruno. And do you know what's mad with that? Rico Lewis was 2 yards behind him. Bruno's now carrying the ball up the pitch, and ended up 5.5 fucking yards in front of him. How are you getting away from Rico Lewis when you're carrying the ball up the pitch? How is that even possible? Makes no sense. The second goal, Bruno stopped. Yeah, because everyone ball watches. Yeah. Mate, next time we do this backstage, yeah, I need to show you that because it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I need to show anyone watching that stream last night, the Man City snake. You remember that, bro? When they fucking went through on that goal, yeah, the first one, it's a snake. There was no line of defense. It was he's here and it just snakes over there. Doku, disgrace on that first goal, by the way. That guy's the quickest player on the pitch. Yeah, did not even bother trying to chase after fucking Ahmad. Not once.
There was a passage of play in that game where they played basic football where it was 1v1. I mean, it was 4v1 or whatever, and it was one pass, one pass, one pass, one pass, one pass,
Yeah.
and attack. And I was like, bro, I hadn't seen United do that in about 5 years. And that's why I told you Saturday. I said, who did the coach use? Who did the coach used to play under? You said Fergie. I said, how did they play? What did they win? And he's put that's old
He
United.
played good football at Middlesbrough as well. They were playing good football under Carrick.
See, that's another thing, Lee. People forget that. He went and learned his trade. And then what happens? He takes what he's learned and he applies it. We get a guy, he was pouring hot chocolate. He was getting towels. He was getting balls, cones.
Chopping up the lemons and oranges.
And he's learning on the job. He's learning on the job. This whole thing we've talked about with rotation this year, he's learning on the job. Rotation. He's learning rotation on the job. Whereas Carrick has learned. Carrick walked into that team and looked and said, you know what? I've got this, and this, and this. We're gonna make this work and use it. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see the same thing we saw this weekend in the game Sunday. You watch what I tell you.
And the thing is, we'll probably dominate possession. Yeah, but they're rapid on a counter attack when they want to be. Yeah, and they've got, as much as I don't rate Bruno Fernandes, he's fucking miles better than Odegaard.
One ball over the top, Lee.
Yeah, and he can play that ball.
One ball.
He loves playing that fucking glory pass over the top, doesn't he?
Lee was in the first game, and that was supposed to be the worst of the worst. Then, after we scored that goal, they had about 5 or 6 chances there. They could have took us to the sword. They just couldn't score.
Yeah, mad. Big up to Sooks. Bless up an elite panel all the way from India. Bless up, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Big up to you, my guy. Also been handed favors by other clubs, and yet Arteta finds a way to fuck it up. Brother has PTSD. That's very negative. That's very toxic. Some gooners won't like that. And big up to you, bro. Listen, we better win this league, mate, because I'm bored. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. And do you know what the maddest thing is, Kenny? Yeah? And Jez, Matty, chat. I've had a bottle of champagne Cristal 2004 edition because that was last time we fucking won the league, yeah? I've had that sat in my fucking basket since 3 years ago. Yeah, around this time 3 years ago, we were about 7 points clear as well. Let's not forget that. Yeah, and our CEO sat on fucking Sky Sports News and told the world our aim was top 4 that season. Yeah, he's now at Tottenham fucking them up. Cheers, Vinay. Yeah, good one. Yeah, sitting there like a fucking sofa salesman. Yeah, absolute waster. Yeah, but
he's a Liverpool fan anyway.
Yeah, I looked after Man City lost that game at the weekend. I looked to see how much that bottle's gone up to. It's fucking €500 now. But I actually looked to see, we beat Forest today, beat United at the weekend. I reckon it's a wrap. I might buy that. Yeah, and then we're going to put that performance in. What was I thinking? We've been here before. Eddie and Ketia against Man United. I thought we'd win the league. Last minute dagger. Reece against Bournemouth. Thought we'd win the league. Been here before, lads.
Yeah, but you're not the only one. I think I spoke to a couple of people, and they were right. They have every right to be optimistic because when you saw that performance against Man City, and I said in the fan camp, for the time being, Man City are not in this title race. You can't mentally be in a title race if you haven't won your last 4 games. You only scored 2 goals. You can't break teams down, and teams have worked you out. You're not in a title race, so it's basically us. And yeah, if we did beat Nottingham Forest, being 9 points ahead of your rivals, that's a big gap to close, man. But with Arsenal, we like to keep things interesting. You know what I mean? And that's where we are at the moment. But all I say now, Man United at the weekend, Bruno Fernandes, I agree with you. I've always thought he's a world-class player. In fact, whenever I go on social media and you speak to ex-players, they'll be asked who's world-class. Not one of them have said Saka is world-class. Not one of them has said Odegaard's world-class. A few have said Declan Rice is world-class. And a few have said about Saliba could be world-class. So when we big up our players, we seem to think at Arsenal that if they play for us, they're world-class. Saka's world-class. Odegaard's world-class. You got the chattering classes. You call them top corners. I call them the chattering classes. That if you say anything about Odegaard, they're ready to throw.
You don't know footballers. They did this with Ozil.
Yeah, they say you don't know football. Well, I can think of about 3 or 4 players at levels above Odegaard. Odegaard is no Kevin De Bruyne. Not a chance. He's no Eden Hazard. He's no Bruno Fernandes. And that's the situation. He's a good functional player, but as much as Mesut Ozil used to piss me off, he's no Mesut Ozil.
He's nowhere fucking near his level.
No, not
I watched every one of the 121 goals Real Madrid scored under Jose Mourinho in the league. In the league, anti-Jose, anti-football. Yeah, I watched all the 121 goals yesterday. Yeah, Mesut Ozil was fucking insane at Real Madrid.
They talking about.
That's still a record in that league, by the way. Anti-Jose, he's got the record for the best defense in the Premier League ever, and he's got the record for the most goals scored ever in La Liga. Yeah, and Mesut Ozil, that fucking team was cold though, man. Fucking.
They talk about Odegaard world class. You need to take the C and the L off of that. That's what he is. That's what.
Jezza, wait, Inter Milan tomorrow. Inter Milan tomorrow. Me personally, I couldn't give two shits about that game. We're through anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Put the kids out, mate. Give them a run out.
Yep. Might
get a result at the end of the day. It's a dead rubber, isn't it? Really. I'll be interested. Obviously I'll watch the game, but it'd be interesting to see what team he puts out there. Bearing in mind we've got Man United at the weekend. To me, that's the bigger game. Yeah, I agree with you. In history, they are our biggest rivals, along with Liverpool. In football, we won't get into the tribal thing with the noisy neighbours, but yeah, I agree with you. It's a massive game for me. We've got to put some distance between Arsenal now and getting it over the line. And it's put the kids out, let them have a run around. You know, you can get Dowman out there and all that lot. I think they're in the B squad though, which is fine. But yeah, get on with it, do it. Very quickly, talking about the Cristal, right? Do yourself a favour, go for the Bollinger. It's far better body and better quality. The only reason
better body, Jez. Well, we were.
the only reason Cristal has got the name it's got now is from that silly Russian Odegaard woman 25 years ago in Monaco decided to have a bath when she bought 100 bottles of Cristal Magnums, 2 bottles of champagne, or in a bottle.
Yeah, right? A litre and a half in it.
And put it on some channel. And Cristal, mate, I'll be honest with you, it's part of shit actually.
The only reason I was going to buy that is because it's got 2004 written on it, Jez, 2004. And I was like, fucking hold that.
You can get a
Bollinger is nice though. Bollinger is a nice champagne.
It's far better body to it. I mean, I'm not a champagne lover myself. If I was going to buy a bottle of shampoo, then I'd be buying the old Bollinger.
Oh, well, you're the expert, Jez. Fucking, so I'm going with you. And it's a lot fucking cheaper as well, so I'll buy 2 of them.
Yeah, buy a Magnum.
I'll buy one. Yeah, well, I could buy 2 of them as well. Fuck it, it'll still work out cheaper, probably, Jez. 1 for the league, yeah, and 1 for the League Cup.
Yeah,
there you go.
Happy days. Job done.
That's why it got its name.
I'll take wise words from you, Jez. Yeah, you know your shit when it comes to stuff like this, so I'm going to listen to you.
I've had it, mate. It ain't all that. I swear down.
No, I've had it before. I prefer the rosé one, but the rosé one's about fucking €900. I ain't paying that for a bottle of champagne.
No, fuck that. Go get Bollinger. It's much nicer.
See, look, Negative Lee's going to spend money on fucking champagne because we're going to win the league. How negative? Anyway, it is what it is. Big up to Josh for the super chat. There's a reason why Real didn't want to keep Odegaard. Yeah, it's funny how Dani Ceballos is still playing for the club, by the way. Funny that, isn't it? Because we had Dani Ceballos and we sent him back. They sent us fucking Odegaard. Hey, Dani Ceballos has won 2 Champions League since he's gone back, and the league title, and the fucking cup.
The old baby switch.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he won the cup with us. Mad, isn't it? Who knew? Big up Luke, man. Odegaard's 27 as the physical attributes for fucking Well, I don't want to see him play for this club again. He's not good enough, mate. He's not good enough. Big up Bav, man. Ceballos is shit. No, Ceballos is actually a good footballer, but he knows his role in the team. Yeah, he knows he ain't going to start week in, week out at Real Madrid. Although I think was it last season or the season before? I think it was last year. I can't remember. Yeah, he played about 28 games. Yeah, he was integral. Yeah, it was the season before when they won the league. Yeah, he was one of the reasons they won the league 2 seasons ago. He's a good player. Yeah, the problem is, yeah, he's he's got way too much competition at Real Madrid, so he ain't going to play week in, week out unless there is a few injuries. Now look at their midfield. They got some fucking sick midfielders. Jude ain't one of them, by the way. Why were Real Madrid fans booing Jude Bellingham? Yeah, and Vinny Jr. every time they touched the ball at the weekend? Why did their fans turn up with white handkerchiefs? What's that all about? That's very toxic. You're supposed to back the players when you get in the stadium, right? They booed them all the way through the second half. Every single player got booed all the way through. Oh, funny, they ended up scoring twice and won the game. Almost like accountability fucking works, isn't it? Yeah, as soon as that club loses its standards, mate, football's finished. Because that's the only club. Well, it's not the only club, but it is the most elite club when it comes to fan base. Anyone sits on Twitter after a shocking loss or draw, you know, gassing up, oh, but it takes time. Yeah, they get absolute pelters off of their fans. Yeah, it's the other way around with us. Yeah, other way around with us. 90% of our fans sit online gassing up shit shows. Yeah, and this is the thing, yeah, when Arteta does well, we give him credit. When the players do well, we give them credit. Yeah, but when we have shit shows, we're calling it out. Let's not divert and say, well, no, you know, it's a hard-fought draw. Yeah, it was a tough game. No, it ain't. It's fucking Forest, mate. The 17th. You've done £1 billion. You keep making out this guy's a genius. You keep making out we've got the best players in the world ever. Well, we should be rocking up at Forest then, mate, and battering them. So we'll hold you to the standards that you're holding this manager and these players do then. Because you don't seem to hold me to a standard. Yeah, so I'll do the same back then, innit? You better fucking win this league, mate. I swear. Otherwise, I'll be as bald as you, mate. Yeah, so, mate, I'm going balder by the minute, mate. I swear.
You'll save money.
Yeah, that's true. It'll save me a haircut every month. Just get the hair clippers out.
Yeah.
It's man. Yeah, but we've extended our lead. Yeah, I see a certain fella from North America who didn't know who Mertesacker was, by the way. Funny that. Yeah, literally had to type in, what did Mertesacker win at Arsenal? Yeah, and he's got the audacity to sit there. I've seen also playing a clip of it. No, or was it Shane? I think it was Shane. Yeah, it was Shane this morning. Yeah, and he's out here telling any Arteta outs, you're an absolute disgrace. Okay, mate. Shane went, you know what is a disgrace? Not knowing who Per Mertesacker is. Not like he's been the academy manager for 8 years. Not like he won the FA Cup. 2 of them, I think.
Didn't know who his job was.
Didn't know what his job was. Mad.
And he didn't know what position he played at Arsenal.
That tells you all you need to know. I told you what I tell y'all all the time.
You say it all the time, mate. Say it from the cheap seats at the back.
I say when you hear certain things, you have to question when did people start supporting this football club. It's just certain things that it should make good sense to you. You better look at it and go, who Mertesacker? Oh, okay. You thought you can't miss him. He was so damn tall you couldn't miss him.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Matty, right? Before I just throw this one in the mix,
I'll be one.
Right. The other night I was doing a stream. The other week I can't remember. It was Friday night, something like that. And this guy came in. There was a few of them, Eagle fans, come in there and said, "I don't know what you're on about, mate, because he goes to games. You've never been. You know nothing about Arsenal." And I was righto, fair enough. So I fired it back and I said, "How many away games has he ever been to? He might go to the Emirates, but how many away games has he ever been to?" And this guy says, "It don't matter." He said, "At the end of the day, he knows more about Arsenal than you will ever know." I was like, right. I said to this kiddie, I said, "How long have you supported Arsenal, mate?" And he come back and he said, "Well, Eagle supported Arsenal since 1998. I said, "Well, if he supported Arsenal since 1998, he'd know who Mertesacker was." And I said, "No, the question was, I asked you, how long have you supported Arsenal?" Right? The answer came back, since 2014.
I can tell you. Wasn't it fair? They put up in 12, 14.
That's what you're dealing with. A lot of modern fans is that a lot of modern fans, they think that the content creators, not Eagle, but they generally. I had one person, and I had to correct her. Then she said AFTV represent Arsenal fans. I corrected her. I took umbrage to that, and that was when I was actually getting on with Robbie. and I went on their channel. I had to correct us. No, they're not. There's only about 10. There's probably about 10 videos, and you see about 4 regulars. You're saying that those 4 represent the club? No. There's people in here who don't have social media, but they're the representatives of the club. You know, I think what we have nowadays is even today, like they're talking about Tom and Frankie's job, and they're at Tottenham Hotspur's training ground, and I thought, right, they're going to get some local lads who are Tottenham, you know, from the Midfield, maybe a few people from Harringay have gone there for the day, watch training. They've got two content creators who have a YouTube channel. So what I don't understand is that's not representing the Spurs fans. Are you actually going out and getting your microphone out and saying, you know what? Here you go. Are you a Spurs fan? Yeah. Would you like to do an interview? They don't do that no more. What they do is they'll send a text and can you meet us here by at a certain point?
And then you show up.
5 o'clock, and they show up, and it's those two. And there's cameras, and no one else gets looking. It's just those two. It's ridiculous.
You remember back in the day when a coach was on the hot seat, whether it's, you know, in America or over there in sports, they would go to the sports bars. They catch these guys on the street. They get these guys, you know, they might be in the town square. Hey, come here for a second. Let me talk to you for a second. Do you support such and such? And then you get the on the spot. You get the on the spot reflection of what that person thought. For them to go get in the situation that they in, to go get 2 content creators. When you got a manager on the hot seat over there, you're supposed to be down at the time at the pub. You're supposed to be, you know, to team shop somewhere. Hey, what are you thinking right now? How do you feel about this situation? You know, it just shows you how commercialized everything has gotten, man. Everything has gotten commercialized. You know, and I say it all the time. I say it time and time again. When I hear stuff like that, when did you start supporting the club? Because when, you know, like when you got just, you know, saying the dude 2014, you know, I told a joke to Novsky the other day. I said, Novsky, you realize we playing at Fratton Park. Most of these folks don't even know what this is. They've never seen us play Portsmouth. You got to keep in mind when last time Portsmouth was in the league. Most of these people hadn't even seen Portsmouth. A few of them only seen Leeds twice since we played them when they was up. 4 times that when they was up the last time. They had never seen us play Leeds up until the end. So now, you know, what happens if Millwall come up? If Millwall make it up, they really, you know, see some chaos then. Most of these folks have not seen football. This is why me and Lee gonna start doing stuff on Twitch, because most folks hadn't seen this kind of stuff. They hadn't seen what the Premier League used to look like. They hadn't seen what quality football looked like. They hadn't seen the players that you and Jez talk about all the time in the 70s, in the 80s. They don't even, when they hear these stories about Liverpool, they've never seen that Liverpool team in the 80s play. They have no clue. They have no clue who Kenny Dalglish is. Ian St. John. They have no clue who these guys are. So when you tell them, they say, "Oh yeah, man," you know, they'll say, "Oh, well, you know, Odegaard is world class." Then you show them Johan Cruyff, and then
Matty, right? Sorry, buddy. Sorry to jump in again. That young kid who supported Arsenal since 2014, he said he came out. He said, "Well, I watch your channel, and all you talk about is the old days. It's all irrelevant. It don't matter no more." And I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not going to get a debate. I'm not going to get.
The problem is, he the first thing he'd do if he ever gets to a game, he'll do 3 things: go to the armory, go to the match, and he'll go on a history tour, and then he'll be interested. And then, yet he's got you doing it all the time. I think the problem we have with football, I think football died, started to die when we showed our first live game in 83. Now, don't get me wrong, it's brilliant for people because if it's nice to watch live football, it's excellent. But you think about when football started to sell their soul is when the first live game in 1983 in Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, and then what will happen is that, not in this country, because abroad they were showing the games live anyway, abroad. They always have done, especially in Europe. But in England, what's happened in England is that we've had wall-to-wall live football, and because we've got so much of it, we can pick and choose. And then we have a story around the match, which is a bit like WWE. So people are not interested in what happened previously, because at the end of the day, they want football now. The way we watch football now is so different to what we watched before. We're all streamers. We all want the highlights. We basically got remote controls where we can fast forward the action. If there's a live game going on and we already know the score, but we're going to watch it, fast forward, let's get to the goal action. Let's go to this. And that's the problem. We're remote control fans these days.
You know what? It's just like when we do the watch along, and we're sitting there watching the game. The average person doesn't watch the game like we're sitting there. We're sitting there watching everything that goes on in the game that's being shown. And it's funny because then we'll come off the watch along and then start watching other people's fan reactions, and you can clearly tell who's watched the game and who hadn't watched the game just by when they start talking. You got folks talking about the game this weekend was 1-1 this weekend. That's what was supposed to be said on Saturday. So people haven't watched the game. It's wild out there.
Sorry, I've got a mad dog barking its fucking nut off. That's why I'm on mute. But yeah, no, people, mate, we say this all the time. That I swear, no more barking, mate. Yeah, when the dog is fuming. Sorry, guys.
You can't blame me. I've got a dog, but you can't say it's me this time.
Well, I should get a fine for that as well. Like you get a fine for fucking having your phone ring. But no, you can tell which people watch the game, yeah? Because the thing is, most of these people in this chat, he's waiting for his food. That's why he's getting
I tell her out. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, he's ready for his food. So he's getting out. But yeah, you can tell. Yeah, most of these people that are in this chat watch the watch-alongs. Yeah, and we do it all the time, and they're watching the games, and we sit there all the time on the watch-alongs, lads. Yeah, Kenny, you're a student of the game. Yeah, you sit there. That's why you don't do watch-alongs, Kenny, because you just want to watch the game.
It's too stressful doing watch-alongs. I'm watching the games.
No, I hear it. And Jez, I mean, come on, anything you don't know about Arsenal ain't worth fucking knowing anyway. You've seen proper Arsenal. Kenny's seen proper Arsenal. Yeah, but when we're sitting there watching this dross now, yeah, we literally sit there and say, chat, stop watching where the ball's going.
Watch the man.
Just watch that player for 5 minutes. Yeah, watch what he is doing off the ball. Kenny, you do this in the ground. I know you do. Yeah, we've been to games. Like Kenny, I know how you watch football.
Kenny was talking about Martinelli the other day when Martinelli was getting ready to get hooked.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he started sprinting and fucking nearly scored. Who was that against? That was against Wolves, wasn't it?
It was Wolves. It was absolutely hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. I thought, hey, goody, he's been walking all the game. All of a sudden he saw Trossard coming in. I never seen someone move so like quickly in my life. I swear to God, I thought I was watching Usain Bolt. Because I say one thing, it was like, hey, goody, what have I just seen? He was walking, then he just gets a little sprint, has a little chance, waves the crowd and goes off. How?
That's true. We do it all the time. I did it with 29. Remember the first time we done it with 29 against Brentford, mate? Yeah, he was hiding behind the fucking ref half the game. Literally hiding. Yeah, Odegaard does it every game. What? Next time we watch Odegaard, yeah? Chat, I swear, next time he plays, right, swear to God, yeah, that guy will put himself in a position where it is impossible to pass him the ball.
He always drops between 4 players. He does it all the time.
You have 4 players. You have the 2 defenders, the 2 midfielders in front of them, and he stood in the middle. 29 does it as well. He's worse than 29 for this, though. Yeah, then what he'll do is he'll drift out behind one of the midfielders.
He'll call for the ball.
Then he'll ask for the ball. Then when you don't give it to him, he'll throw his arms up in the air. Does it every game. Yeah, then what he'll do is if he's a little bit further up the pitch and we're just bopping it around the back, or they're on a counter-attack, he'll start pointing. All right, Flamini, fucking calm down. Yeah, we could do with Flamini in midfield. At least there'd be a bit of fucking steel in there instead of him. Yeah, he does it all the time. Yeah, I swear. Ben White. Yeah, I was watching Ben White at the weekend, mate, innit? Yeah, we were sat there watching Ben White for 3-4 minutes. Yeah, and he's cross the ball. He's telling Madueke, cross the ball. Cross the ball. If our fucking right back's telling Madueke to cross the ball, game's done. It's finished. How the fuck is Madueke not crossing the ball to a striker? The striker had Ben White cross a really good pass in that game. Yeah. And it just went over Jokeris in that game. Yeah, it was a good cross. How many times did Madueke cross? The goal that we fucking scored, or should have scored, sorry, Martinelli, was a shot. He mishit the shot, Madueke. Mishit it, and it bounced through, and then should have scored. Yeah, the amount of times I watch players and I just go, right, let's watch him for 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah, I did this. Did I do this with the other day? Did I fucking do it with the other day? Oh, who was it? Can't remember.
Rates, who did your podcast with Rates?
No, I'm in the game. Yeah, the game. I was watching someone it was a La Liga game. It was the Girona game. It was the Girona game. Who was I fucking watching? I was watching someone the other day and I was like, watch what he does off the ball. I done it with Abdi yesterday, the left winger for Morocco. I was like, just watch what he does. You don't need to follow where the ball is. Even if the player goes out a shot, you know roughly where he is. Yeah, and then the camera pans back round. You don't need to follow the ball. These people just follow where the ball is. Yeah, and then they look on these stat apps and go, well, yes, I see somebody putting out Declan Rice stats at the weekend, making out he had a world-class performance. Yeah, let me show you this before we wrap here. Declan Rice, world-class performance. Let me show you his fucking pass map in that game. Shocking. Yeah, absolute fucking shambles.
He was ordinary, though. That's the thing. Even he'd be the first person to say he was ordinary.
That's why I think he was calling it out, Kenny.
Yeah, he's angry at himself. But the fact is, whether we like it or not, you can call out Madueke, Saka. There is the disconnect between our striker and the rest of the team. It's not just with Saka. He might, if he's pushing away Saka after he scores a goal, he's got to push away Odegaard. He's got to push away Martinelli. He's got to push away Madueke, because they don't pass to him either. So you can't just say, because the fact is, even when the ball does go in the box, because you've got to be balanced here. When the ball goes in the box, he's not there. But when he does need the ball, so there's a disconnect, because there was games where Martinelli and Saka are putting crosses and Victor's not there, and he's playing.
Because 9 times out of 10 we cut back in and try and do inverted. So now he's used to running off the shoulder. Now he don't know where to go or come on go. I hear it though. He was dog shit the weekend.
Yeah, but that's the disconnect. There is a disconnect if he wants the ball and he's not getting it, but they cross the ball and he's not there. That's a disconnect. There is a poor relationship.
There's a disconnect in the fucking dressing room, full stop.
But it's not just that. Odegaard, the reason someone did a very interesting reel where Odegaard put a pass through against Olympiacos. Gyökeres is bread and butter. He puts the ball over the bar, slids and puts the ball over the bar. Since then, I haven't seen Odegaard look for him. Is there a disconnect because when they do give him the ball, he's not doing anything with it, or is it just a general disconnect?
There's a general disconnect for me because, like, let's be real with it, yeah. Right, I see Simu sat on Turkish's show the other day. Yeah, the podcast they do, Loose Cannons. And Simu was sitting there saying, "Big up Simu, big up to all of them on there." Simu was saying, "Well, we've got players that can pass him. He's not making the runs. He's not making the runs." That was after the Liverpool game. Well, Zubimendi, all he had to do is pass the ball straight forward, fucking 20 yards, and Gyökeres is clean through. And how many times do you see it, Ken? Yeah, get out of here, man. I'm busy. It's off. Get out of here. Yeah. How many times do you see him pointing where he wants the ball? Yeah, they don't pass to him. Yeah, then when he gets the chance, that chance he got at the weekend, let's be real with it. Yeah. Did anyone think he was scoring?
No.
Because I didn't. Matty, you didn't. We were hoping. But at the same time,
part of the problem, Lee. But
at the same time, Kenny, the only reason he got that chance is because Mario fucked up and it went through his legs. Then Mario's so quick that he caught him up. Gyökeres ain't quick.
You know what, man? The thing about it is that you can.
He needs to be whipping balls across the front of the box, tapping. That's his game.
They're not practicing it, Lee, and it's certain things that I can look at when I look at it going forward. Is that you know that it's in that they've been working on it. When you saw Manchester United against City, they worked on that at practice. You can clearly tell the difference. This is what we're working on. This is the philosophy, and this is what we're putting forward. When we come out and attack, look at that. Just look at it. 4 goals, 5 goals here. No goals for Matt.
Our top goal scorer is Victor Gyökeres and Trossard. They're on 5 each.
He's having a rough year.
That's abysmal, though. That's abysmal. That's
why I'm not having a go at Gyökeres, because the whole attack stinks.
Yeah, I do. But I think the thing about it is that as much as I know exactly, we all know what's going on. We all know that he wasn't the first choice. That there's definite disconnect between himself and the teammates. Some of them not past him, but there are times when he's not on the ball. The problem with Victor Gyökeres is And our fans are part of the problem. In fact, they are the problem. If you're going to go around insisting that we need a striker and you're going to call someone with his record elite, then he's got to live up to that. You've got to, because the other day, I still disagree with a lot of what you guys say regarding whether we need a striker or not, because that team does not need a centre forward. It would not make a difference because that centre forward will not flourish in that system. I don't care who you are. You have to be elite, and you have to basically have some big nuts that you can put on a table and put for view and say to the manager, F you, mate. I'm the main man here. You better make sure that those wankers get me in when I get the ball. Because I tell you, Jimmy Floyd would do that. Haaland would do that. Can you imagine Alan Smith, mild-mannered Alan Smith, putting up with that shit? You wouldn't, Jez. He's mild-mannered. He's more polite and he's actually more humble than Gary Lineker, even though Gary Lineker had the squeaky clean Mr. Nice Guy image. But he wouldn't put up with that shit. So why is this guy?
You got to put your nuts on the table.
Putting up with this? What's going on here?
You got to put his nuts on the table, Kenny.
Is he meek? Is he meek? And we all sing this silly song about how he dumped his girlfriend to come to Arsenal. I'll tell you one thing: his girlfriend's laughing because he's not worth two bob. I'm saying it now. I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming the system, but I'm blaming him because he's our main man, and everyone stopped what they're doing. It was like, let's stop moment. We signed a top striker, so I'm having to go at him. It's all 50-50, 50-50 him, 50-50 the system and the club and the players. You can't absolve him from responsibility. You can't absolve him from responsibility. He's half the problem, but the other players are half the problem. But I'll tell you one thing: if I had big nuts and I was scoring the goals like his, there's no way Saka ain't passing me that ball when I want it. There's no way I'm not getting those through passes. Not happening. I won't allow it. I won't stand for it.
You know what? DJB always brings this up, man, and I think it's coming as well, man. I think there's going to be a bust up at some point here, because there's no way. You know, we talked about this the other night. We was with me, you, and the guys. We were talking about how with the Ben White interview, and Ben White's like, "Yeah, I don't have to. I just pass it because I know he's there." And then he says, "Oh well, yeah, I could do this more if I get the ball," you know. And then you got Declan Rice doing what he's doing. That I'm telling you, there's a storm brewing here. Because if I'm telling you, I told you Saturday, I said if we do not win this Carabao Cup, then there are going to be some people. It's going to be some people. Fingers going to start getting pointed, and some attitudes are going to start. They're going to start checking people on the field. And Kenny, I think you might get what you're talking about. Then I think once it's just the temperature hadn't been turned up enough yet for it to start happening. We all know, you know, amongst men. When one person's pulling their weight, then another person ain't pulling their weight, and you know you got Declan out there 9 times out of 10 is injured, which is probably leading to his frustrations. And then you looking at Odegaard, he's not. You got Vintage not getting the ball. You got Matt Wakey running into brick walls. You got Martinelli running into brick walls. Saka's limping. You just wait till the temperature get turned up right. You know, if we drop another league game, I'm talking drop, not get a draw. I'm talking dropping. And then we end up having to get to a situation where it's 6 points. Then we have to play City at the Etihad. City gets those 3 back, and then we've got to try to build back that lead again. You watch out when the temperature turn up, how people are going to start reacting.
This was Declan Rice's pass map against Nottingham Forest. Can you name me one pass straight through the centre?
Nope.
I can see one going backwards. See one going backwards.
Not good, is it?
Nope. All out to Saka. All out to Odegaard, Saka.
It's all down the right hand side.
Yeah. Well, this is everybody's heat map at this club.
Yeah, but you
it's
see
not like touch map and pass map. And it was all over to the right.
Yeah, we see his heat map. If you sort of fast forward, his heat map against Liverpool at the Emirates would probably be similar because he got bodied.
That's his heat map there.
Got bodied, didn't he?
Yeah. Look at this. Everything goes out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time, look, the deliveries we know are good. We know he's unbelievable. On corners. It's literally like having a penalty, isn't it? Yeah, I know we don't score every single one of them, but his delivery is insane. Yeah, but look how many balls he's playing through the centre. Not a single fucking one. This is standard procedure, yeah, for a central midfielder to pass through the centre. Yeah, at least once in a fucking game, surely. Not one pass straight through the centre.
Do you think that's because he's told to do that, though?
100%. Because I'll tell you why, Jez, yeah? We have done this, not just with Declan. We've done this with Odegaard the other week. We've done this with Zuba-Mendy the other week. Yeah, every single one of them, it goes out to the right. Matty, what was that website that you brought up and it was showing?
I've got it already lined
a
up.
couple of Mondays ago. There you go. Matty's already got it. See? Let me move that out of there. Put that in there. There you go. Who's that? Odegaard.
Liverpool. This is against Liverpool. This,
that's Declan.
Declan, yeah.
Declan against Liverpool.
Right.
Again,
So
is there a single pass straight through the middle? No, none.
This is the first half. Then here's the second half.
Not a single pass through the centre. Not one.
This is the whole half of
predictable.
football right here, by the way. This is the whole half.
That is a whole half right there. If anyone actually fucking really wanted, and they're not good enough because, listen, we are very physical in terms of physicality. Yeah, not that this league's physical. Yeah, but they are big strapping lads, aren't they? Let's be real. They're all tall. Yeah, it's like the Invincible era. They were all tall. Yeah, the Invincible era had fucking technical ability. This lot of fucking dog shit half of them. Yeah, let's be real with it. But they ain't got the mentality, some of them. Yeah, and I think the reason he got the ump at the weekend, yeah, is because he knows that he's running on fumes. He knows that Saka's running on fumes. He knows that Timber's running on fumes. Saliba's not fully fit. Although I thought he played well at the weekend. Yeah, and he knows there's other players in and around that team that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing as well. And then we see the other week when he was having it with AirPod Albert. Yeah, and saying you don't know what you're fucking doing, mate. Yeah, that was in the tunnel. That was against Liverpool, wasn't it? Yeah,
no, Chelsea. It was Chelsea.
Chelsea. You don't know what you're fucking doing, mate. Yeah, and then obviously when he got subbed off, he went and cuddled him. But again, look at the weekend. Yeah, look at the weekend. He's come out. He's saying that on camera. People are saying he's being performative, and he knew the camera was on.
Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen, though, Lee. You know what's going to happen, Lee. He's going to. You're not going to get no honesty from Declan there, because of what happened at Chelsea. People will be looking for his reactions after the game, especially if we drop points, and that's sad. That we basically got Big Brother here. We got everyone wants to be a journalist. There's a few people, someone I've got a lot of time for. He thinks Declan should, shut his cake hole, shut his gob and stop performing for the cameras. And I've got a lot of respect for this guy. You have as well. But that's the situation. Well,
yeah, but at the same time, do you think he's been our best player, Kenny, this season? Because I think he has. Oh, footwork. Oh, well, has he brought that back for fucking foul?
Yeah, without a show of that, Declan, because simple reason, he gives his all. His set pieces of quality, and he does try to dictate the time. But I do think that having Zuba-Mendy alongside him has helped him, just like having Partey alongside him helps him, but in different ways. Declan's a fantastic player. Without a shadow of that, he'll be a catalyst for us winning things. But the situation is Declan has to be called out when he's playing badly, just as when he's praised when he's playing well. It's not personal. These guys are not my friends. They're not your friends.
The thing is, I think Declan gets that. Right, listen, the amount of fucking fan cam titles I put Decline Rice, Declan Couscous, but then when he's been brilliant this season, I think maybe once or twice, I've cussed him out and said he's been dog shit, and he was fucking awful yesterday the weekend. Yeah,
most and he
of the
knows
time,
that
it's him that's trying to drag us up the pitch. It's him that's getting mad at the match.
He's frustrated with himself. He's not just frustrated with the result and the application. Frustrated with himself, but the situation is that. Basically, it's a trade deal with me. You win me something, I'll start praising you, and I'll start having debates on whether you're top class or not. You owe me that. I'm not committing to you unless you win me something.
Thing is, though, Kenny, he can't do it on his own. Yeah, when you've got half of these players with fucking major injuries and playing injured. Yeah,
he's one of them. He's one of them, though, Lee.
Exactly. If he goes down injured, what are we doing? Putting fucking Norgard in, who's played 31 minutes all season in the league. Or Marino.
Yeah, we have to. Right. But if the manager rotated properly, Norgard would be match ready. But because he doesn't play games, he's not really match ready.
Him in cold. Same with Ethan. You're throwing him in cold. Eze, it's barely played. Elche in it. Slap that. Oh, what a fucking goal. I love watching Elche. What a fucking goal. Odegaard could only dream of doing that. Yeah.
What
a fucking goal. Yeah, my ball of Febas has just bagged, bruv. Hold that. Yeah, so Kenny, this is why I wanted Matty to bring these two players up as well, right? Because that was Declan, yeah? Right? This is Odegaard, right? Or Zubi?
Yeah. Odegaard.
This is our captain. This is our captain. So this is our midfield. So Odegaard, Zubi, and Rice. Yeah, they're the three. You just seen, and it's the same two games you're going to show, yeah?
Yeah. This first half, right there for Odegaard, first half.
Against Forest.
Yeah.
Right?
Watch this second half.
Not a single forward pass through the centre. Not fucking one. Look at the state of that, by the way. Second half. Yeah, not one forward pass through the centre. We've seen Declan Rice, not one forward pass through the centre. Now, if you go Zubimendi in the same game.
All right, bear with me.
Yeah, this is our midfield. So I'm not getting on to the striker as much as you are. And listen, I value your opinion always, Kenny, yeah? Right, but at the same time, if they're not passing the ball forwards through the centre, that's his game. His game is off the shoulder. His game ain't running back into midfield.
What does that look like? This is zooming in. What does that look like?
U-shaped football.
Yep.
Yeah, not a single forward pass through the centre. All three of our midfield at the weekend, not one forward pass through the fucking centre.
First half.
And then we're expecting our striker, who goes clean through, off a mistake, by the way, and then gets caught up by one of the quickest centre-backs in the league.
Have you noticed the pattern, gentlemen? Every game in the second half, everything drops off. You see this? This first half, second half.
Yeah, everyone slows down in the second half because we go full tilt for 20 minutes. We don't get the goal, and then we start faffing around. And then slowing it down, not with the tempo. Then because we've got more experienced players and better players on the bench, we grind them down because they're just trying to chase the ball off of us because we just keep passing around. It's boring. But if it wins us a league, I'm cool. If it wins us, I'm fucking great. Yeah, but at the same time, you've got to look at the rest of the forwards as well. Trossard is on 5 league goals this season. Saka's on 4. Yeah, Martinelli's on 4, I think. Yeah, Jokeris is on 5. Our captain's on what, 2? 1, 2? And Eze's on what, 3? And that was all in one, 3, and that was all in one game, I think, or 4 maybe.
Look at Matt Wakey.
It's embarrassing.
Look at Matt Wakey.
There you go. That's Matt Wakey. Not one forward pass. Yeah, how many forward passes into the box, mate? Because he's a winger, obviously, so we'll give them a different. All right, so 2 passes into the box.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Well,
2,
3 if you're going with the one backwards. Yeah, coming out towards the D, pause.
Yeah.
But 2 passes, and look at where the passes are going to, yeah? That one at the bottom, how the fuck are you going to score from there? Yeah, the one where it's going towards the 6-yard line, yeah, that one, cool. Maybe you could say that could be a shot. The one going backwards to the D, depends who's at the edge and how many players are in front, it could potentially shoot. But it's low opportunity chances
watch this
or passes.
Second half.
Yeah, drop off. Although he didn't play the whole second half, neither did Odegaard. But again,
I mean, you get paid.
Look at the state of that.
I don't know. I've got how much you getting paid a week, but I mean, if you're professional football, three passes.
Do Saka in that game, please. See, people don't look at this shit. They just want to give you the positives. Oh, it was a tough away game. You know, Sean Dyche is well organised. Yeah, and we've extended our lead. Oh, this shit's. If we play Bayern Munich, we are fucked this time. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, they've been bagging goals. They've scored 71 goals already this season in the league. Is it 71 in the league or in all comps? That's Saka. Well, at least he made 1 forward pass into the fucking box. The only one in the game, by the way, so far that we've shown from the players. Look at where the rest of his passes are.
I like to see what minute that's on too, because that probably was a Jesus.
You know what, guys? So do you see similarities with Liverpool last season when they were going for the league and then they were starting to stutter a bit and ran out of gas? They lost the League Cup final, got absolutely hammered in the League Cup final. It was a 2-1 thrashing. Got boysed up by PSG. How that went in extra time and penalties, I'll never know. And then the FA Cup, they got bundled out by Plymouth, and then they won the title, but they didn't really win it a canter. The whole rest of the league was so bad that they kind of stuttered. Do you think there's similarities with us this season?
Yeah, they go on, mate. Go on.
I think with Liverpool, I just think that they set out to get the job done, and once they realized, we're so far in front, we could just coast, and they just coasted. That's what they did, just coasted all the way out, and that's what. Gentlemen, that's what I want us to do this year. Liverpool did it. We have a chance to go do it.
But then the problem is that could go into this season, which is what's happened with Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, but even at that league, you have a situation where you could preserve some of these players. And Kenny, we said at the beginning of the year, if we're in all these see, that's nobody's talking about this either. If we're in all these competitions, what's going to happen here when we get to March and April? Because now you got fixture congestion, stuff moving around, you got injuries, and then it could really all collapse if you're still keeping it 6 or 7 points.
I've got no confidence of us winning the Champions League. I've got no confidence of us winning more than one trophy on the basis that I see players on their last legs, and we're not even in March. I just don't see physically how we do it unless he rotates, freshens up a bit, and we just have moments. That's why it's imperative that if Man City are caught, with the wrong boxer shorts on, that you go and make it 11 points.
Let's not forget they're in all competitions still.
Yeah, I know.
They're still in the champs. They're still in the FA Cup. They're still in the League Cup, and they've got a 2-0 lead. And they're still 7. They're 7 behind. They've caught 8 before.
You see, their problem is they can't break teams down. They're predictable, but they don't look tired, and they've got options. I think, if you don't mind me saying, Jez, because I don't want to offend anyone, but maybe Guardiola hasn't got a bit of nuts. I mean, Haaland's a bit out of form. I mean, he took him off in the Manchester derby. Maybe he may sit it out. If he had Alvarez, he could give Haaland an enforced rest. Because he doesn't like scoring. Yeah.
How many times have we, collectively, all of us, seen this happen at this time of year? Not just with Arteta. Right? We've seen it with Emery. We've seen it with Wenger. It seems to me that Arsenal have an adversary to January/February. How many times have you seen under Wenger's era, we were top of the league, cruising it, and we throw it all away in January, Feb? And we're doing it again. I know people are going to say, well, we're 7 points clear. Yeah, we've been 10 points clear before, trucking through it away to Man United.
Couldn't agree with you more. And the thing about it, Jez, is that this team should be doing that, because this team is actually a better team in terms of what's required to win the league than the teams we had under Arsene in 2014 and 2008. Although 2008, the football was absolutely beautiful. I mean, you could have dreams about that football, and no one would begrudge you. The football's beautiful. But when it comes to the actual steel, we actually got the steel and the defensive organisation to win this league. But we probably haven't got the football. We haven't got it up there. And I think the reason they got up there, because when you're tired and you can't break teams down, because this time of the year, second half of the season, you're going to meet all sorts of teams. You're going to meet Man United that can't win anything, but still think they can get in Europe. And every time they play a big team, they're up for it. Don't care. They're Man United.
It's Arsenal, Kenny.
Yeah.
It's Arsenal. We know from history. I mean, we can go back. How far do we not go back on this one? Right, 95.
Yeah.
Going back 95. Yeah. It's always been Arsenal, Man United adversaries. Yeah. Lee calls it. I mean, I agree. They are our biggest arch
competitors.
Exactly. Along with Liverpool. Right. Yeah. And look, they might be out of a title race, Man United, right now, but they're still going to come to the Emirates and kick the shit out of us.
Well, I had Runts earlier saying that they got 16 games left. Yeah, if they get 10 wins, they're in Europe comfortably. Okay. I don't think they will get 10 wins, but their fans are all gassed with that performance of the weekend. They should be gassed with that performance.
Of course they should be.
Yeah, but at the same time, we have seen them get a new manager bounce under Ten Hag and go on to win trophies. They can't win a trophy now. And they've only got one game a week. They've got a whole week to prepare for this game at the weekend, and we're going to Milan away. But we're probably already in there or going there tomorrow. We're probably already there.
If it's one team that likes to come to, when it comes to dealing with ending streaks, we had lost a game at home. Here comes United.
Yeah.
49th to 50th game.
People say, "Oh, we'll beat United because it's at home." Well, we couldn't beat 10-man United last year at home in the
pillar foot penalty.
Yeah. So I mean, we what's coming, and we're gonna have to be. They're gonna have to be up for it. They're gonna have to be up for it. And Kenny, you touched on something there about dealing with these teams. You got we got to deal with Burnley. You know, they're going to be playing for pride. You got to go deal with Everton. Well, you saw Everton yesterday, and they give it back.
Everton's tactics. These are Everton's tactics, right? You know exactly how they're going to play. It's going to be similar to what they did yesterday.
Yep.
They're going to run. Garland's going to be the one who's going to keep the ball. You're going to have and Gage's coming back. Gage just won the African Cup of Nations. He's their best player. He's going to keep holding the ball, but he's been running. He'll be in Declan Rice's Rice's arse. Declan Rice will have the runs by the time
Grealish as well.
Grealish, on the ball. But what they're going to have to do, Tarkowski and O'Brien are going to compete for everything.
And we don't have a great record against Moisey.
Leeds, we got to go to Leeds.
Calvert-Lewin's on smoke. This is not going to be easy, and to navigate with the cups as well. Like Champions League next round, the FA Cup next round. If we get to the League Cup final, the Wolves game gets moved. Why are Elche still attacking with 4 men, by the way? 5 men when they're 1-0 up.
He's going to go strong tomorrow, though. He's going to go relatively strong tomorrow. He's going to play...
Which he should just put a reserve team out.
Yeah, but the thing...
3 games in 6 days, Kenny, and we've got Man U at the weekend. That ain't fucking easy, mate.
He's not going to play the same thing as Forest, but he's going to play Lewis Skelly at left back because he normally does in that position. Even though it's Madueke will play. Martinelli will play because he plays in Europe.
Eze will probably get a game.
Eze would get a game. And that'd be it. If he does...
Maybe.
Not sure about that because it's international.
Oh, no, he's registered. Is he registered?
Norgard will probably be at centre back.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a strong enough team. We won't win tomorrow.
I ain't too fussed if we win or not, Kenny, tomorrow.
Anyway. But the problem is that even if he does rotate players for the Man United game, the fact is that you don't know what Man United could start. We can just think, you know what, we've had enough of this BS. We're going to roll our sleeves up, put our nuts on the table, and go for Man United from the off. Which we're more than capable of doing. But what I am saying is that if we don't, and we do go to that well, one thing Carrick did really well is that he got his runners on. He got people who could keep the ball and could run all day long. Mason Mount will run his nuts off. You know, he did play Šeško because you know Šeško, although he's got great ability as centre forward, he can't hold the ball up at this moment of time.
Well, imagine he scores the winner. Top Gooners will be having a fucking meltdown.
Yeah, but you see in Burmo, and Burmo and Kuna will run their nuts off and run those channels. So it's going to be like one of those. It's going to be a game where if we're not at it from the off, it's going to be a long 8 minutes. It can go either way. But if we come out of traps, we can wrap this up. But I don't know if Arsenal can do it. They're capable of doing it, but I don't think they will do it.
No, we'll see, man. Listen, we are going to wrap because I'm 28 minutes late for this watch along. Well, 27 minutes late. But why are they still attacking? Fuck it, this game's end to end. Slap that. Yo. Oh, man, this game. Elche is so fucking good to watch, man. Yeah, this is proper football, by the way. Yeah, I bet that Brighton game's still 0-0 Borefest. But yeah, we are going to wrap. Big up to SFN. So much talent in our team to not score. It's Arteta. I agree, bro. I agree. Let the shackles off. We're going to slap most teams, if not all of them. Let's up for the super chat as well, brother. Lee, show us Bruno Fernandez's passing patterns. I'll do that another time, bro. Obviously, I'm getting onto this Elche game against Sevilla. Alexis Sanchez on the bench, I think. Yes, that Alexis Sanchez. I think he's on the bench. Didn't see him in the starting 11. But yeah, I will do that. We'll do that another day. Yeah, Alexis Sanchez. Right, he ain't even in the fucking squad.
That's mad. You saw Marlon. He went to Roma and scored in his debut.
But he's left Villa.
Yeah, he's at Roma now.
They sold him. They got PSR concerns. They've got to sell players, Villa.
How much did they get for him?
I can't remember now.
They sold Donnell Marlon.
Yeah, he's at Roma.
That's how you know I don't sit online all day, innit?
He scored yesterday. He scored yesterday his debut.
On his debut.
It was last year. Remember they sold John Duran last year.
Yeah. He won a trophy the other day for Fenerbahce.
They loaned him to Roma. Excuse me. I'm sorry. They loaned him. I thought they bought him. Okay, I'm sorry.
They loaned him. Wow. That tells you they're going to get a striker. Because that guy ain't good enough for.
There's rumours that Tammy Abraham is coming.
Tammy Abraham,
is
yeah.
being looked at.
Well, listen, that Donnell Marlin's no good anyway. Loan. I can't believe they loaned him. Hey, it wouldn't surprise me if they go and get fucking Dovbyk from Roma because he's been holding bench.
He was in our academy, wasn't he, Lee?
That's a shock. I think
Dovbyk's been holding bench at Roma. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if they go and buy him or loan him.
He played yesterday. I don't think he played yesterday.
No, he's been on the bench. They've been playing Evan Ferguson up front. Hey, if they go and sign Dovbyk, yeah, you fuck around and find out, yeah, because I'm telling you right now, that guy is a fucking baller.
I'm gonna do a show with you at the end of this season, March. We're going to do a show. We talked about it, about the Arsenal accounts. Yeah, we did that show early, late morning, whenever it was. Currently, as it stands, yeah, go and look. Currently, Arsenal have £340 million in their account. Bonds, they have £197 million.
Money to be
cash rich Arsenal, Jess.
Got no
we ain't
money.
going to sign anyone in January.
No money. Got no money, mate.
Yeah,
just go and get Luis Enrique out of his fucking contract. Give him 60 million a year. We've got the money.
Yeah, that's it. Going on the table.
If we have like
$50 million cash.
I think if we had a catastrophic injury, I know Mikel will be open to get another body in. But it has to be a catastrophic injury.
It's got to be Declan. Declan that's the one that'll make him go spin.
If Declan gets injured, we're getting another body in.
Yep, that's the one. I think he's going. I think this attack, he's going to leave this attack as it is.
We'll probably get a defender.
Or he might get a defender.
When you go to a match day, right, at home at the Emirates, yeah, cash coming in for Arsenal is 3.9 million
a day fucking per game. That is crazy.
Is that like tickets, or is it just including? Is it just the whole
everything?
So would it be like food? Would it include the merchandise from the Armory?
No,
it was just I was just in the ground at the Emirates.
Yeah, 3.9. That's not profit. That's not profit. That will be announced in April when they put their company accounts in.
Yes, the real reason. Yes, the real reason we moved to Emirates. We didn't move to Emirates to compete with the big teams. We moved to Emirates to increase match day revenue.
Exactly.
Well, when the accounts are April the 4th, they've got to deliver their accounts. So it'll be around 20th, something like that. They'll be available to review. And Lee, Matty, I think that'd be a great show for the four of
us. Yes, 100%.
Great show.
We could do that in international break, Jez. There's one next month.
I'll have all the accounts in detail
sweet.
downloaded onto my iPad.
Yeah, that'd be quality.
No,
all right, let's wrap, guys. We're doing 100%, Jez. Yeah, we'll do that. International break or whenever you want, whenever the accounts come out, whenever, Jez. I'm there for that. Brighton, Bournemouth's 1-0. Penalty. This game is end to end and it's proper football. So I'm going to go live on the Reacts channel and watch the last 60 minutes of this game. And yeah, man, bless up to everyone locked in. Jezza, what you got coming up, mate? Shout your channel out. Jez's Arsenal. Bless up always, Jez. Appreciate you, mate.
Jez's Arsenal tomorrow night, 6:00 with the real ones. Matty, Lee, if you're about, if you're welcome. If you're busy, you can't. I get it.
Yeah.
I'll have to keep you posted on that.
Yeah, likewise. I'll try to see if I can hop on tomorrow.
If I can, I can. But
if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. And
I'm 75% I can, but I'll text you anyway.
Yeah, just let me know in the old group chat or whatever. Or
can't fucking get in it.
Oh, okay. You've been banned. Oh, fucking hell, you've been banned out your own. Love that. Yeah, just get hold of me somehow. Yeah, tomorrow night we're going to have a chat about the preempt to the Inter game. And yeah, there we go. That's it.
No, nice one, mate. Matty, always a pleasure, mate. And shout your channel out, shout Twitch out as well.
Yeah, Southern Gooner on YouTube, Southern Gooner on Twitch as well. Enjoyed it today, fellas. Great conversation today. And we'll be here tomorrow, definitely for Inter Milan. Definitely be there for Inter Milan. So we'll be there for that. And we'll be back for the match this weekend. So we'll be there.
There we go.
Much love, everybody.
Bless up to you, mate. Always love. Ken 1972.
Well,
on
you know what
Instagram.
I'm doing this week. Well, I know what I'm doing this week. I'm definitely on with Jez tomorrow. You know, we'll just have a little talk about the game against Internazionale, and then we'll watch Arsenal Internazionale. And then we look forward to the big game, Arsenal not Man United. I still think that Tottenham's our biggest rivals. What's that?
Kenny, are you on with Dan this week? Pops?
No, I haven't had anything. I know you're on, but
Yeah,
I don't think I'm on. I think I wasn't on last week, and I had to bail out early because it was like I don't know. It was like
I hope I'm not the owner again.
It was like Regent's Park in my house last Thursday. Yeah, I'm talking about the zoo as well, not the park, the zoo part of the park.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Kenny, if I'm on my own again, defending my corner, it's going to be a fucking nightmare again. That is, Jesus Christ.
Well, the thing about it is that I don't know. It's I think what's happened is that there's too many people from a certain channel who are on the podcast. And to be honest, Dan, I don't blame them for going on because, they've got their foot in the door. They want to enhance their profiles and they want to be on the podcast with the most eyes. So I get it. But they debate in a very particular way.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big ups to everyone locked in. I'll be back with rants tomorrow on here. He's been wearing shades since the weekend. So hopefully he can't find the link when he looks in his emails.
Hey, you know what? Tell Rance. If I see him at games, First thing you need to tell Rance, that he needs to do his part. He needs to do his bit for, the Labour movement because I've mentioned last time. He knows what I mean. And two, tell him that there's a bottle of beer coming his way for not being part of that disgraceful garbage of fans being in a little box not watching the game. That your mate Big Steve sold out, mate.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about. I've got no idea. What have I got myself into?
Yeah, he's on there, wasn't he? I see that.
He sold his soul. He was in that.
Yeah, he was on there, wasn't he?
Crap.
Yeah,
crap. Well, I don't know what you mean. I have no idea.
Just Google it. Google it.
Google what?
It's basically
I don't have Sky. We don't get Sky in Spain.
All right, I'll tell you what happened. It's basically 3 fans of each team. Basically, they're not allowed to watch the game, but they get told the result at the end of the match. But they're in a little box throughout the whole game, and they get showed little clips, little highlights, but they don't know what's happening. So they have to imagine where they won or lost. They did that at the North London derby, but there was a guy who was a comedian who was on. I think he was on that.
Go on. Oh, what's the pass?
Channel? He was on some film, a film about spoof football film. But he goes on DR Sports. Yeah, he was on it representing Man United. And there was someone from the United stand. But Big Steve, what are you doing to me, mate?
I have no idea what any of this shit means. I didn't even know Donnell Marlon's gone on loan to Roma, let alone fucking Sky Sports. I don't watch Sky Sports. We don't get it. The only way you get Sky Sports in this country is if you have a dodgy box.
Well,
they don't show all that shit over here. Like they don't show all Sky Sports crap. We have to zone them Movistar.
Lee, what they showed on Saturday was so dodgy and so it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it was jokes.
It was a joke. I don't watch all this shit. I barely watch anyone's content.
I was going Rance to do it.
But anyway, on that bombshell, Kenny, I have no idea what any of this means, but fair play. Elche are still attacking 1-0 up at home, by the way. Sevilla are still attacking. Just accept your fate. Yeah, like this game's been quality to watch. Some of the technique in this game. First time crosses, matey. Yeah, long ball, look straight over the top. What a fucking time! Piss off. I swear, Matty. I swear that pass over the top, and he just dropped it, bro. I love watching La Liga. Why is he shooting? Why fucking hit the bar from 40 yards?
Farmers League.
Why are you shooting? I'll take her and hook you off for that, mate. What a fucking shot. Sevilla 1-0 down. They just blazed the bar from miles out. What a game. Get this game on, guys. This game will not fucking disappoint. Fuck the Premier League. It's shit. On that bombshell, I'll be back with Roni tomorrow. Then I'll be back for the match day. If I can, Jez, I'll text you. Yeah, I'm 75% sure I can.
Okay, man.
I'm on with Rants at 2 p.m. So 6 p.m. UK, you said, yeah? I'm pretty sure I can. But Just have to double check I haven't fucking said yes to anyone else. Because I can't remember. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be there. Listen, raid the other channel. Follow my Twitch as well, Lee Gunner and Chill. And yeah, I'll be on the reacts in literally 90 seconds. Love. And very quickly, Jez, score prediction for tomorrow and Man United.
Oh, crack, that's a good one. Very quickly, I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal.
What, tomorrow or Sunday?
Tomorrow.
What about Man United?
At home, I think that's gonna be a stinky 1-1.
Mate?
Internazionale 2, Arsenal 1. And on Sunday, I think we will have a 1-1 draw.
Kenny?
I think Internazionale it'll be a boring 1-1 tomorrow, 0-0 tomorrow, because we'll defend like tigers. And I think against Manchester United, I think we couldn't get bummed off of a set piece or a dodgy penalty. So I'm going 1-0 Arsenal from a set piece or a penalty from Saka.
Oh, what a fucking... This game is fucking fire, man. LJ, what a save. That should have been 2-0.
Which was basically the plan. I personally think that it would have been harsh to give the penalty to Ola Aina, but that's another debate for Jez's show tomorrow.
Mate, this Febas who plays for LJ, baller. This is everything people think Odegaard is, by the way. Absolute fucking baller. What a cross. First time cross, first time shot, mad save. But anyway, I'll be there. I'm only 40 minutes late for the watch along. Big up to the lads. I appreciate you all. Make sure you follow all their channels. We're going to watch LJ. Bad boy ballers, bruv. I'm telling you, proper league. Laters. Goodbye. Rate the chat. Love.